Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me. Zap, you're here already, which is awesome. I don't know how many other people are here, but I know Zap's here because he said hello, which is great. Got my cup of tea and in a massive mug, a new mug that I was given as a prezi. And I also later on, if I should be getting guests on soon, and when I get some guests on, I might eat a cupcake while they're talking. So this is a very lovely cupcake that was given to me by my wife. She made some for a birthday party, a kid's birthday party. She gave me that one. So I'm putting that down there, hoping the dogs won't get it. But anyway, this chat is all about what do you keep in your book collection. So I'm going to talk about what I collect and what I keep and what I don't keep and that kind of thing. But hopefully there'll be some other opinions about what they keep. And please comment in the comments about what you keep and what you like to collect. And if there's any series you like or any authors you like, that kind of thing. Please let me know if you can hear me okay, because I've got no way of knowing except from you saying, yeah, it's all good. And then I'll crack on. There's two people here. So hello. Thanks for popping in. So I'll tell you what I'll do while I'm waiting for someone to confirm I sound all right. I'm just going to tell you what I've just finished. I've just finished Black Buck, and it was really good. So I'm going to say what I think about it on Goodreads, but I've also filmed a review of it as well. So that'll be on the channel, I think, in December. I'm not sure, but I filmed. That's good. Thanks, Zap. I filmed the review anyway. It's really good. So a bit different to what I normally read, but it's really good. So Black Buck was what I've just read, and I'm going to first start for non-fiction November, and because I absolutely love the man, I'm going to start this biography of Charles Adams tonight. So I really can't wait to start that. So I'm very excited about that. So this is Linda Davis's biography of Charles Adams, and there's the Adams family there. So I'm going to start this tonight. Really excited about that. And I'm also going to start this. This is a reread for me. I actually only read this earlier in the year, but there's a group read going on, and I thought if I'm going to get involved in the discussion that happens later on, it'll be good to reread it again. And lots of people, we got this sort of end of the world book club thing, and loads of people just suddenly went, oh, I've read it. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was a bit weird. That might be my fault for not paying attention, but I don't think it was. I think it was a little bit sudden. But anyway, We by Zamyatin is really good. It was like the precursor to 1984. It's a really good book. So I'm going to be rereading that as well. So that's the immediate TBR. And I'm probably going to start, I can't get it, it's over there, but there's a David Mitchell book that I showed you in the last live stream that I'll start as well about the Kings and Queens of England. So there we go. So I'll do a little chat about why I collect or what I collect. And then I'm hoping some guests will appear, and there may be some comments as well that I can refer to as well. So I'll start with authors. So I collect certain authors. So I collect Robert Sheckley, Richard Matheson, Ray Bradbury, Harlan Ellison, Terry Pratchett, Ursula K. Le Guin. And actually, I do really like Claire North. And this was a recent purchase for me because this is the last one, well, except for the new Greek one. So the new Greek one and this one are the only two I haven't got by her. And I really like her. So I do collect her stuff, but it's not, she's obviously haven't written as much as some of these older authors. So that's more like collecting, whereas for her, it's just getting a few books. But I was going to comment on the fact that with the Ray Bradbury stuff, I've got three versions of the Martian Chronicles, because the Martian Chronicles was the Martian Chronicles. But before it was the Martian Chronicles, it was the Silver Locust. And I've got 2 copies of that. So you could argue this is where collecting gets a bit weird, because I don't really need 3 copies of the Martian Chronicles. But I am going to look at this, see if there's any differences between Silver Locust and the Martian Chronicles. And I don't know if you saw my video on the October Country, but there are differences in the different editions of the October Country. So there could be differences between Silver Locust and Martian Chronicles. So I will check that out. But yeah, that's another thing about collecting, that if I see it, I'll get it if it's Ray Bradbury, and I've got some duplicates. Just talking about Charles Adams, some I keep wrapped up because they're so rare and so unusual to find them. And this is a Charles Adams book called Monster Rally. As you can see, there's Uncle Fester there. I love these Charles Adams books. So they are quite rare. But I do collect those. And I'll put that in the packet later. There's also, it'd be interesting to know if any of you guys collect certain imprints or series. So I quite like looking at the sci-fi masterworks, science fiction masterworks, SF masterworks, sci-fi masterworks. Oh, that upset someone. The SF masterworks, and I've got 3 here: Lee Brackett, Ursula K. Le Guin, and Shagatsky Brothers. I've probably got about 20 odd sci-fi masterworks books. So there's those as well. I have got a guest that's about to appear. And then there's things like Gain Wilson is another cartoonist that I collect. And so I'll get the ring light out of the way. And his books are really rare. So if I see anything by Gain Wilson, I get very excited. So again, that's like Charles Adams, very rare. Things like, if I find a book that I just really love, I don't want to get rid of it, so it becomes part of my collection. And this is my favorite music biography. I'm trying to get rid of the ring light. And this is Lee Von Helm's book, This Wheel's on Fire. Yeah, you can't quite see it with the ring light, but yeah, there's that one. Hal Nelson books, obviously. That kind of thing. And I'm looking out for Chester Himes books as well. And I didn't realize I'd already bought Cotton Comes to Harlem when I bought that copy of Cotton Comes to Harlem. And I really like both covers, so I don't really want to get rid of either of them. So, you know, that's the thing, innit? I shouldn't have duplicates, but they're really cool covers. And I know I'm definitely going to reread that book. It's really good. So Zap says, yeah, let's get this up. Zap says, I collect Beatles books and books on Kerouac as well as Poe. Awesome. So have you got Revolution in the Head? That's a really good Beatles book about every single track. Tell me if you've got Revolution in the Head. Really good book. Kerouac and Poe. See, really good things to collect. So let's...
Hey!
Hey!
Hello. How you doing? You all right?
Oh, wow. My audio sounds messed up.
You having a good day?
My audio sounds messed up.
Oh, really? It sounds okay from here.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah. Sounds all right from here.
Okay.
Okay.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I've been looking forward to this. I think it's a really I've definitely got the bug. I really like the kind of the live aspect. I can have an actual proper chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can chat to the comment people as well, and it's just really nice, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
got this
weird echo.
weird echo.
Oh, okay. Well, Mark from Book Time with Elvis did warn me that there might be an issue with an echo tonight because he had an echo as well, or Greg did, or something like that. I mean, if you're happy to carry on, it sounds okay from my end. It might be okay on the screen. Don't know.
Let me see.
Yeah.
It's no problem. But
Let me just see if
let me just see if I can
Yeah.
adjust this here.
adjust this. here.
Zap says hi.
That
That
doesn't change
That
anything,
doesn't change anything, right?
Well, it sounded okay from mine anyway, so I don't know. Maybe we need to ask.
Still
Zap.
sounds okay.
Still
for you?
sounds okay for you?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just leave it.
Does it sound better for you?
Yeah, so it was.
Yeah,
my,
so
my echo was
my
like,
echo was like
oh, it was like really loud.
it was like
in my
really
ears.
loud in my ears.
Still
Right.
kinda loud,
Still
but
kind of loud, but
it's all right.
it's all right. I can deal it.
Okay.
Hi, Zap. How are
Hi,
you?
Zap. How are you?
So he was mentioned because I was talking about what we collect. We'll talk about what we both think about that kind of thing. And I did mention the band biography I've got by Levon Helm. Do you know the band?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're a really good band. So Robbie Robertson is the famous songwriter from them. But the biography that Levon Helm wrote about his life is called This Wheel's on Fire. And it's a really good book.
British
band, I assume.
No, American band. There's 5 guys. 4 of them are American, 1 of them's Canadian.
Okay.
They were Bob Dylan's backing band, and then they split off. So then they're just called the band. But yeah, so I just held this one up. This Wheel's on Fire. It's a really good book. So, Levon Helm. Do you see that the green light? But yeah,
It's
an autobiography.
Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. Levon Helm and the story of the band. It's funny actually because it's got. Oh God, there's a massive dent in it. I don't know how that happened. There's like a massive. That's really a real shame. I try and keep it like perfect condition, but there's a massive. It's like someone's. I don't know. Hit it with something. I don't know. But yeah, it's got Levon Helm, and in small writing, it's got with Stephen Davis. So does that mean Stephen Davis actually wrote it?
So when you held
that, I missed like the first couple minutes.
When you held that
up.
Sorry, I just have to
adjust my own echo here.
When you held that up,
it's a book that's important in your collection, or because you collect biography?
Yeah, so it was like I just put a few things down. So like certain imprints, like the sci-fi or SF masterworks, those kind of things, and certain books, and then I just had that as an example of sometimes I'll have a book that I never want to get rid of because I love it so much. That's my favorite music biography. And I collect books on the Marx Brothers, and I collect there's lots of vintage paperback sci-fi ones as well. So I brought a few of those down as well. Theodore Sturgeon and Roger Slasny, Damon Knight. And I quite enjoyed, because of Garb August, I quite enjoyed the Ed McBain book I read.
Which one was that?
So I read Cop Hater.
Okay.
First one.
Okay. All right.
But I've got a few now. So I don't know if I'll collect them or if I get rid of them after I've read them. But yes, so I've got a few of those.
Yeah, that happened.
Happened to me.
I bought.
I read.
What was the first one? Doc Savage.
Doc Savage.
I read the first.
Doc Savage for Garb August.
And then I loved it.
So then I went and got I started a collection of those. I have like the first 6 now.
Yeah. It's easily done, isn't it? But then it's quite nice because presumably all the spines are the same, are they?
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Another thing I realized, I'm going to preempt my own video. It's going to go up in like a day or two here, but
I just started this year reading
Tarzan.
Right.
That was like
I'd read the first one earlier in the year, and it's like such a surprise to me. I loved it so much.
So now I'm like
4 books in,
and there's 24
of them
that
Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote.
So I'm like, okay,
I have to pick.
They're over 100
years old. There's so many versions.
So I'm like, I have to pick a version and put together a collection of that. That's set. And so I started with these.
They're really cool. I'm pretty excited about these.
These are called the Ace Science Fiction Classic.
That's cool.
And they have these Frank Frazetta covers.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I just think they look
so awesome.
Yeah.
So I've got
I
don't know. I've got like 6 or 7 so far, but I gotta hunt down the rest of the 24.
Yeah. There was I went into a shop where there was loads and loads of Tarzan books. I've got the first one. I've got Tarzan the Ape Man, but I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
But there was like a whole rack of them, and then I thought, that's interesting. And I had a look to see what order they were in, so which ones I should get first. But then I noticed that they were all like kids versions, so they were like they've been rewritten for kids, so it's like abridged versions or whatever. So that was something to look out for. You can easily get one that's not actually the correct text.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you have to be careful with that.
As long as with the Tarzan stuff, as long as you're not getting like a
kids version
or a picture version, I think
you'll be all right.
You'll be all right. Then they're so short, you're not going to get a bridge.
Man, it's hard to get used
Man,
to
it's hard to get used to this echo.
I'm not going to get you.
You're not going to get a bridge ones, you know?
Yeah. I think Son of Tarzan is the second one. So I do need to get that.
Yeah. Son of Tarzan
is number 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the second one?
Tarzan of the Apes, Return of Tarzan,
Beasts of Tarzan,
and
Son of Tarzan.
Son of Tarzan.
Oh, okay.
But I'll tell you, Gareth.
You can read
Son of Tarzan
as a
standalone. There's a connection.
There's a connection, obviously. You really need to have read
the other stuff
before it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because instead of
Tarzan and Jane,
it's Tarzan's
son, some other female character.
And
it's really good. It's really good. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, let's see. I've only got one, so I can look out for any of them. I guess. Yeah.
You'll start with
the first one. That first one's the best.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed The Princess of Mars, and I read that back in February, I think it was. So that was really cool. So I'm going to read more of those. I've got a lot of those Mars books, the Barsoom books.
Yeah, I got to try.
The only other Burroughs book that I've tried is Have you read anything from him?
His Pellucidar
series.
No.
You would like that.
Because it's a Hollow Earth
series.
Okay.
So it's
really sci-fi.
Yeah, I've got. Does that include The Land That Time Forgot?
I don't know. I don't
know all the
titles of
that. Or The People That Time Forgot. Maybe that's The People That Time Forgot.
I think I've seen that book. I don't think that's part of the Pellucidar series.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. We need to. I definitely want to look. So, is that something? Is just to come back to the theme? Is that something you're collecting, or something that you're sort of?
No, I haven't started yet. Michael K. Vaughn
had sent me like Edgar Rice Burroughs starter kit.
All right.
No, he sent me
3 different
books.
Tarzan, Pellucidar, and
the Barsoom
series.
He sent me a book.
For each
that had the first
3 books in each series.
Right.
So that's the only one. I have for
Pellucidar. 3-volume
book.
But
eventually, I'll probably collect those
too.
Yeah. What? Why not? Innit? Why not? So Zap says he doesn't have the Revolutionaries. That's a really good book on the Beatles because it's every track analysed. So what they all did in it, what instruments they played, how it was written, how it was recorded, and that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. Jenny says hi. Hi, Jenny. Watching it 2 times speed to catch up. Brilliant. Hopefully you caught up now. Hi, Jenny. And waving. Olive's just out of camera range. Yeah, Olive.
Come here.
Is Olive there?
Come here.
Well,
I don't know if you remember. The last time
I was on a live
with you. She fell off the chair. So I didn't want to put her that high this time.
Yeah. She got a bit.
Say hi.
Awesome. Looking chilled as always.
Say hi.
Awesome. And then Zap says that he's reading Ed McBain now as well. That's probably, it's all down to Ollie. That's not down to us, is it?
Yeah.
Gareth, so could be the echoes my speakers. Oh. I don't know what to do about that. I haven't got anything else on, and I haven't got any loop going on or anything, so I don't know. So Jenny gets graphic novels and manga, and everything else is on Kindle. Okay, cool. So yeah, I get the idea that graphic novels and manga is kind of because it's visual and there's a lot of artwork. It's pretty nice to have the actual book, isn't it?
So what graphic novels,
Jenny?
Yeah.
Because that's what I have collected
more of than anything else is comics.
Yeah. Have you got like comics that you've had for decades?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 I got the
up on my wall over there.
I can go get it.
I can go get it if you want. I got the first appearance of
Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon.
That's awesome.
Which is not something
I like.
Paid a bunch of money.
For. It was just something I had since I was a kid. I don't know where I got it.
And that really
just in the news
store,
Yeah. I really like Rocket, but I didn't know Rocket until the films. So like when I was a kid, I read Spider-Man and Iron Man, a couple of others, but didn't really read Marvel or any of the sort of mainstream ones as an adult, and then discovered Rocket in the films, and I love his character so much. But I'd definitely be interested in reading more Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket
first showed up in Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Yeah.
How was he introduced? Was it just like a little bit part, or was it like was he in it for a bit, or?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me grab it.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
Get through the comments.
Yeah. Jenny's just answering your question. So Jenny gets Sandman, which I really need to read because I like Neil Gaiman, but I've only really read his prose. I've read bits of Sandman, and Walking Dead, which big fan. We're both big fans of Walking Dead, aren't we, Dave?
Oh yeah.
And Hellblazer, and One Piece, and Alice in Borderland. Yeah, so you're on the start of the journey, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've got a really small collection of graphic novels, and I'll still buy them. I'll still buy them sometimes, but I definitely haven't got an extensive collection like some people. So going to show me the was it Incredible Hulk with Rocket or?
Oh yeah. This is
awesome.
His first appearance.
We hear Hulk
is saying
what Hulk
has to share his 20th anniversary issue with Talking Animal.
That's brilliant.
That's what he looked like in that
issue. That's awesome.
Yeah, Jenny
mentioned One Piece. I just recently. You read any manga, Gareth?
No, I've got my first manga, which will be pretty soon. It should be this month, really. Is a telling of the Vietnam War. That's a bit like Mouse, but it's like manga, and it's called Apocalypse Meow, and they're all cats in the. Yeah, and it was lent to me by someone I work with. And she keeps coming up to me, have you read it yet? I'm like, no, I haven't read it yet. So I need to do that. And it's not very big. It probably wouldn't take that long, to be fair. But that will be my first manga book I've read. So, hopefully it'll be really cool. I love the idea.
I first all these years, I never tried it in a couple of months. Criminali got me to try it. When he was first trying it. And was doing videos of trying it out. So I tried it because of that, and I like it. And One Piece is one of the ones that I started with. I like it. I'm hooked.
Yeah. I've found out little bits about Death Note. That's really popular, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to try that.
Yeah, I want to try that one too.
Yeah. I like the concept of it. So yeah, there's something to look into. Do you like non-fiction graphic novels?
I'm trying to think. If I don't think I've read any
nonfiction graphic novels.
Oh, okay, because there's a bit of a trend now for like political graphic novels, like things like Joe Sacco's stuff on Palestine and and obviously Mouse is an example of non-fiction graphic novel. That can be really interesting. I bought one. Oh god, what was it called? It was about. I think it was about Japanese immigrants in America. I think it's called We Do the Best We Can. I think it's called, and that was really good. So yeah, I think they're interesting ways of telling a real story. Like usually kind of family stories and that kind of thing. So yeah, And I like the really crazy graphic novel stuff as well. Because I just started Saga, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you've read Saga.
I have these. I have the first two like big deluxe versions of Saga. And I made it partway through the second one. So I don't know what. I mean, I got up to maybe like issue 20-ish or something.
Yeah.
And then I paused. It was one of those things. I just paused because I got busy. Not because I wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah.
And now I gotta go start over. Because it's been a while. And they just started back up again, right?
Yeah, I think there's either a new one about to come out or it's just come out. And there was a bit of a gap, yeah.
Yeah, I think they have like a 3-year gap. And then...
Yeah.
So are you enjoying it?
Well, yeah, Jenny just said, is Saga any good? I've only read the first two, and I really liked it. I thought it was you could tell that it was building up to something quite big, and I liked the setup. It's kind of like Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, in it, but just a little bit freaky with strange creatures in it, and those android police.
Interesting characterization.
It is, isn't it? And yeah, I like every single time they added to the plot. It was interesting. I thought, oh, that's a cool thing to add. So yeah, just those first two issues I thought was really, really cool. Because the ones I'm reading are not the big compendium, but they're still a group of comics put together. So like,
it's like usual six issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means I've read 12, I suppose. Yeah. So I think it's good. Next year I'm gonna try and buy one a month or something like that.
Okay.
That's the plan. So that I think that's my wife coming back. So she
better get that. Yeah, Jenny. From
what I read so far, I really like Saga. Like I said, probably about 20 issues or so.
But I'm gonna start over.
Sorry, everyone.
Hi.
This is Dave.
Whoa, Gareth, you gotta keep it clean.
This is Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks. You. Right.
That's amazing. That I didn't think Ali would go on camera at all, but there we go.
Oh, I've had so much to drink.
Oh, okay. So she's drunk. That's what.
Yeah, I've had 2 Cokes.
Okay, so alcohol and sex. This is crazy. This live stream has gone crazy.
Yeah. You gotta have
her on more often.
Do you want to come on later often?
No, you don't let me out in public often. She just walked in, and the dogs and the cat are like literally all at her feet. I think they think they're getting a treat or something.
Yeah.
So they got well excited. They're all around her feet. It's brilliant.
Sit.
Yeah, it's all. Everyone's shocked. So Jenny's saying it's after the watershed, and Zap's saying snogging on the international live broadcast. It's very racy what we just did.
Oh, especially after 30 years of marriage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we shouldn't be doing it after this long.
You're allowed to do that.
You're allowed to do that live after you've been married twice.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, technically, yeah. If you look at the second wedding, we haven't been married that long. We've only been married a couple of years. Yeah. I can't quite remember if it's 1 year or 2 years. 2 years. I was right. Yeah, I doubted myself. Yeah. If you look back on the live stream, I said 2 years first.
Yeah, whatever. Anniversary is
well, yeah, the numbers. There's 9 people watching now because they think it's going to get really crazy sexy.
I nearly said something then off.
Oh boy.
I know, it's just naughty, isn't it? Dave, feel free to do whatever you need to do to get the numbers up.
Oi. I nearly said.
That would have been funny if you'd have said that. Okay, she was just about to make a really rude joke. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah. So there we go. That's an exclusive moment. The only time that Ali will appear on screen. So at least I'm not making her up.
That's true. We all have
proof now.
Like Fraser and was it Niles and his wife? Was it Niles' wife? She was never on screen, was she?
Niles' wife.
Lilith.
No, the one before. There was Niles is so Fraser's wife was Lilith, right?
Oh, right.
Right.
Can't remember what her name was, but she was always talked about.
Yeah,
but she was never in.
She was never there.
Yeah.
Have you? Speaking of which, did you try? I don't want to move it too much. Books, but did you try the new
Frasier show?
I really want to because I really love the character. I'm a massive Cheers fan, but I haven't got Paramount Plus.
Oh.
Are
you able
to get it over there? Or no?
Yeah, I can get it. So I think it's like a $10 a month or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So it's quite expensive.
So just wait till it's done, and then you can just get 1 month, right?
Yeah.
And binge it.
Well, yeah, because I want to see Strange New Worlds as well. Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's on Paramount Plus. And I was in HMV and I saw you could buy season 1 of Strange New Worlds. Now I was tempted to put it on my Christmas list, but again, I could just get the subscription for a month and buy it. But like rent, watch it on that. But I don't know. Yeah. It's having to get all those streaming services is annoying, isn't it?
I know.
But
at least they're.
I knew this was going to happen. At least they're starting to
consolidate now.
They said
that. They said at the beginning that we were going to end up with just a couple of mega channels.
Oh, okay.
And that's what's happening.
Paramount Plus, has
it's Showtime.
Just combined.
Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
And Disney just announced
that
Hulu is gonna. They're gonna buy
like the last shares of Hulu, and they're gonna combine Hulu and Disney Plus into one app.
Right. Yeah, because I know Disney Plus. Well, I don't know, but maybe you could confirm whether or not is Disney Plus getting HBO.
No, they're
separate.
They're separate.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
HBO Max is
probably going to
end up one of the
other Max
surviving.
One of the big ones. Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, because thinking about it, to watch House of the Dragon, which would have been HBO, I had to watch that on a Sky subsidiary service that over here is called Now TV. So if I don't have Sky, my cable is through a different service, so I don't have Sky. So I have to get this thing called Now TV, which allows me to watch like Game of Thrones and stuff like that. And they put it on Sky Atlantic. So yeah, HBO is one of the big companies in it, so it kind of makes sense. We got some answers here. So we got so Jenny's saying we're all adults. We are all adults. We can get as sexy as we want. If we keep talking like that, people think something really sexy happened, and it really literally wasn't, was it?
Sorry, you missed it, everybody.
Whoever wasn't here.
It was really crazy.
It all went crazy, yeah. Daniel says, hi, mate. We love your channel, and it's really cool that I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think your numbers are going up, which is great. Your subs, and it's well deserved, so that's awesome. And thanks for, I think you did a comment video on I think you did it on the ebooks one, didn't you? So that was really cool that you did that.
No, I don't think.
I don't think I.
No, Daniel.
No, Daniel. So I got to pull this up.
Yeah, he's really good. He's American, I think. I can't tell the difference between an American and a Canadian accent. Is that bad?
Really?
Yeah. Because Read by Fred is Canadian, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. Yeah, for all I know, he's from New York.
Well, it also depends what parts you're from, right?
I just had a very funny talk with my daughters because we live in Connecticut, which is New England, northeastern U.S.
Yeah,
I'm originally from New Jersey, which is a little farther south. So we have what you would call a New Jersey accent. And the girls were like surprised by this. Like I say the word talk. Does that sound funny? To you?
If you say what?
Talk.
Talk. Yeah. Talk.
Yeah. Right. To
you, it's like walk. Right.
Yeah. They were shocked.
To hear that the rest of the country does not talk this way. Everybody else, it's more like talk or walk.
Okay.
You know.
And they were like shocked.
Yeah. I mean, I bet there are people that are absolute experts. They can tell straight away. Oh, from there. Because obviously, I think you guys don't necessarily you can't necessarily pick out regional accents from UK either, isn't it? It's a bit.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel.
Subscribe.
Should I say talk? Yes, Maris. That's it. Maris, Niall's invisible wife. Maris.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to.
Do you remember? She kept coming up in conversations and jokes and stuff, but you never really saw her. Yeah. And then they split up, and then obviously you went with Daphne.
Yeah.
Says hi.
Hey, William.
William. Absolutely well deserved. So there we go. So yeah, Daniel's an American. I thought he was American, but I do doubt myself. I live in Ohio. We're ruder than Canadians. I love it. Well, you're very polite in your videos, Dan. So if you're rude, this is the place you can be rude. Apparently, because we've already been really rude on this live stream already. Daniel and is there anyone else? I think everyone else, the other guys that are talking, have already said. But Daniel, can you tell us what you collect? Oh, William's arrived, which is cool. What kind of stuff that you keep in your collection and what you have temporarily? So you might have stuff to read, you don't really have intentions to keep it, and some things that you'd like to keep or you want to collect that you maybe haven't yet. Ralph. Oh my God! Can you hear Ralph biting himself? He's going.
I don't hear him. Wait, how does he do it?
Yeah, I'm good at impressions. Daniel says he was born in New York. There we go. So that's near you, isn't it?
Yeah. That's where in New York?
New York, Daniel?
If you want to say.
I don't know.
William says hi. Hi, William. I went into a little bit of a, what they call it, a thing. I can't remember the word for it, but I just watched like about an hour of William's videos on William's library. I just went just one from video to video to video, and it was very cool. I should have commented on the videos. So, William, I'm sorry I didn't comment. I don't think I commented on any, but I just kept watching them. What's it called when you just go into a tunnel and you just keep watching loads of YouTube? What's that?
Binging?
Yeah, I suppose so. I binged on William.
Sometimes I keep kicking myself because sometimes I like to always try to leave a comment. Sometimes I listen. Ones that are conducive to just listening, where I don't have to be looking at the books that they're talking about. I'll sometimes just listen to them in the car, on the way to work, on the way home. And then I forget to leave a comment when I get there. Get to the destination, but.
Or you think, I'll leave a comment when I'm in a better place to do it, and then by the time you're in the place, you forgot what you wanted to say.
Yep.
Yeah. And sometimes I can't think of a good comment, and you think, well, I need to leave something because it helps the algorithm, and then you think, yeah, but if it looks like a really crap comment, then it just looks like you're an idiot.
You can always leave
an emoji. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, you like saying, "I'll leave an emoji for Olive," don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, which is very cool. So here we go. So Daniel collects Star Trek books.
Cool.
And tries to collect vintage SF. So I was holding up some of that. Vintage SF. Theodore Sturgeon, Damon Knight. Roger Lasney. That was a weird book. The Under People, the Cordwainer Smith. I'm kind of keeping it because it's a bit of a curiosity, and there are others in the series, but I wasn't impressed. It did seem like a drug-induced fever dream.
I haven't read any Cordwainer Smith yet.
I want to, but I haven't.
Yeah, I think there are some people that absolutely love him, and there are some proper quite judgmental fans of science fiction that really like him as well. I'm surprised sometimes. I'll see somebody that I'm used to them criticizing sci-fi writers saying, "Oh, but Cordwainer Smith, amazing." I just think, okay, wow, this is cool. This is Gordon R. Dixon, and it's like got red pages. Do you like that when you find?
Yeah,
I like those.
I love that. Yeah, and
that's very cool.
That was in a wrapper as well when I bought it.
That one's very cool. A lot of times you'll see Glean
on the old
vintage sci-fi.
Yeah,
and I've never.
Cool.
That's neat.
Red cover, red edges.
And I like because this is a book, and I'm going to read this and a few others on this theme, but this is one about overpopulation, and I love that theme for science fiction.
That sounds great.
That sounds great.
Yeah, the original title was Necromancer. No Room for Man. I think it's a better title. But yeah.
Plus, there's another Necromancer.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, it's in really good condition. So, but this was about a $5, so I suppose it's only a little paperback. So I guess that's why it's so expensive, because of good condition. But yeah, it's nice when you find those.
Yeah, speaking of the Star Trek, I go to this really big
book fair.
The end of every
July that we have up here.
You probably heard me
talk about it. And
yeah,
so I've just I used to
mosey around like nonfiction and stuff, and
I just realized
the last 2 years
I need to
that first morning. I need to book it for the sci-fi section.
So I can snatch up all the vintage
sci-fi and horror.
Yeah.
I don't have that much of that stuff yet, but I want to get a lot more of that vintage stuff. And this year, there was this came from somebody's collection. It was like 50 old Star Trek paperbacks.
Oh wow!
And I
kicking myself.
I don't know why I didn't grab them.
It
was a lot, and I'm like,
I don't really read
Star Trek.
And then later I was
kicking myself.
I'm like, I should have picked
these up, Ben
from Revenant Reads.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should have picked these up and mailed them to him
because there was like so many of them, you know.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because those are the best places. I'm gonna bring someone else in. I can't see who it is. Hold on. Oh, it's Brandy. Brilliant. I'll bring Brandy in.
Hi.
Oh, we got an echo now.
Oh my God, the feedback. What is going on?
Oh, that was a bit hectic. If you're watching this, Brandy, maybe we'll try again. Double check you haven't got your volume on something, but you probably haven't. So I don't know. Mark did say there was an issue with StreamYard tonight, so I don't know if that's our first encounter with that issue. I don't know. That'd be a shame if we can't have more than one guest. I was going to say, that those kind of book fairs are really good places to get vintage science fiction in it. It's hard to get it otherwise.
Yeah.
Right, let's try again.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, God, what is going on? Can you guys hear that?
Have I got... I'll tell you what, just in case this got anything to do with me. I don't think it has, but... No, I've just double checked my settings. Yeah, I've got my sound off. I'll see if... I mean, MJ was there a second ago.
Coming back after she comes?
Pardon? Oh, I can't take it off the. Let's see if MJ works.
Hey. It still sounds
wonky.
Yeah, but it's way better.
Yeah, Brandy's one was going crazy.
When I logged in, they said there's an Android bug with Chrome. Giving that feedback. They're investigating.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll mute my mic, see if that helps.
Hello.
Oh yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah.
My echo's gone now too.
Gareth, it's you. Dave, Olive, we're taking over.
Later, Gareth.
I'm squeezing in here before my nephew's football game.
Do you know sign language, Gareth?
The books you're collecting.
That's funny because he hasn't had this problem before.
Hey, I just got to say, MJ showed up and she fixed it. What's up? It's good to see everybody.
Tell Brandy that she needs to come back on again, and I'll just shut up.
Okay.
Did he? Yeah, he just turned it off again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he did. But you said they were saying it was a problem with Chrome.
Yeah, when I logged into StreamYard, there was a huge banner up there, and they said it was an Android issue that's giving a delay or feedback. They recognized it like 45 minutes ago, and they're trying to work out the bug. So it's like an ongoing issue right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Annie, I'm not usurping. It's a friendly usurp. We're here for the fun, buddy. We're here for the fun. Gareth, you can still type in the chat, you know. You could still
Gareth
type.
needs headphones, yeah.
So how's
Do you have headphones, Gareth, that you can plug in? It's like charades.
It's good. This could be a new game.
Yeah, I didn't know we were gonna play charades. So what's going on, MJ?
Hey, nothing. Had a day off today and just
nice.
Read and relaxed, and I'm having an adult beverage before I go see my nephew's football game.
Okay.
Yeah, William, there's a problem with StreamYard. It's just like right now. When you log into a live, you're going to get a little banner that says there's some type of an Android bug with Chrome, and they're trying to work it out. A Chrome update did come out during the week, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Yeah, but they'll fix it.
So if you're logging in from a different browser, you shouldn't have the issue, or
if you are Mac, if you are I guess if you're logging in straight from your browser and not from your phone, maybe.
Okay.
Like I'm logged in from my laptop.
Yeah. I'm on a Mac, but I'm using Chrome at the moment.
Yeah, same. But it said specifically with Android, so I don't know if Gareth is on an Android phone.
Oh, okay.
Because he's hosting, so that may be the problem. Yeah. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers. I brought my special dragon goblet for tonight.
I like it. I like it.
I thought you might.
Yeah. Hey, did you read The Fourth Wing at all?
Oh, my daughter, I was talking about you last night because my daughter was asking me if I was going to read it because she was thinking about it. And I said, I don't think so. I got too much. And she was like, well, I was thinking maybe I just order it. And I said, well, I just saw one of my booktube friends was all excited. She was trying to get me to join this buddy read because she had them coming, and then all of a sudden one got delayed and the other she doesn't even know when it's going to come.
Is that going to work? Maybe that'll work now. Try it.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Fixed it.
I've just got to look like an idiot.
Perfect.
So just call me Princess Leia.
You're a DJ, man. Hey, don't diss Leia. That's it.
Okay, so that means I can talk, and that helps when I'm trying to host a live stream.
Yeah.
I was going to get my semaphore flags out. Yeah,
it was weird because because I saw that you guys were live, and then I tuned in on a browser, and then I heard Dave's feedback, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. And then when I went into StreamYard, it had the notification or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. I put my earbuds in, hoping that maybe that was the problem. I don't know what's going on with my phone, why it was doing that.
No, we figured out it was Gareth.
It's
oh, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, then if I don't need my earbuds, I'm taking this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea. Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah.
Great. Oh, okay.
Does it just happen again?
It did.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You got to put them back in,
Brandy.
Put it back in. See if it works.
Is it? Okay. Is there feedback?
Not now. Oh wait, the other.
Nah.
Muted.
Oh,
Is it my phone doing the feedback?
Not now. Mine. Now I'm feedbacky.
And I can't hear Gareth at all. He's got no sound.
He keeps turning
himself.
Oh, he did.
Let's see. Do I have any feedback? Yeah, I have feedback too.
You do? I don't have any. I can't hear any feedback now. I had a horrible screeching feedback before.
Yeah. I don't know. So MJ was saying there's an issue with Chrome tonight that they're working on. So.
Oh, you think
why
can't you just
you're the whiz, MJ? Can't you just fix this on your end?
I could, but I have.
There's not enough time to fix it.
Well, did I miss all the good book hoarding conversation?
You missed. There was a very racy segment when Gareth's wife showed up for a minute. You missed that.
Did they kiss again?
He did.
Cute. Still no sound?
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Now he's playing with us.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Do you know?
I've put my. Oh, I can't hear an echo from me.
Yeah.
There's no echo.
Is there?
A little bit. Yeah. I think we all have a slight echo now.
Like I can hear it through Gareth's mic, I think.
Randy doesn't have an echo.
This is amazing.
I wonder what's going on with that.
Everyone's going. If you got to turn everything off. All right, I'll turn my mic off again. All right.
Well,
you want us to test it?
We still have echoes, Gareth. I think your headphones got rid of that crazy screeching thing, but we still have echoes. Except for Brandy. I don't know why Brandy doesn't.
Do I still?
Yeah. Well, am I feedbacking at all?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm not putting my earbuds in because it's really annoying to do that. Gareth, do you have your mic off? You do? Well, how are we supposed to have a good conversation without Gareth talking? Oh my goodness. So what did I miss on the whole book hoarding conversation?
Well, I'm back.
There we go.
What I'm going to do is leave massive gaps. So I'm not talking over myself. If we all do that, then it just means it's just a really weird conversation.
have your speakers on in your?
Well, I'm listening.
I'm listening. I'll tell you what.
I don't think I'll be able to hear you if I turn it down. I'll try. Hold on.
Oh, a couple of people saying, Brandy, that if you're the one not echoing it, you're the one with the causing the echo.
If I'm what?
Since you're the only one not echoing, you're the one with the speakers now causing the echo.
Really? Well, let me put
Okay,
my
so
headphones
I'm-
on, and we'll see if it goes away.
That makes sense.
I've just turned my speakers down. And I think I can hear you in here now. That is in capital letters. Gareth is not the problem.
Hey, there's no echo now.
Okay.
There's no echo.
There's no echo.
Brandy, it was you.
It was me. Dang it.
That must be why it went super crazy when Brandy got on, because Gareth and Brandy both had the speakers going at that point.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, whatever the problem is with StreamYard, it was so much better when I could just do it how I was doing it a minute ago, because I can't hear you very well. So
can you take your headphones off? Can you take your headphones off now? Is it definitely you? Like, can you unplug them?
If I do, well, all right, I'll try it, but
because apparently
no, if I do, I'll have to turn it back up again. So I won't. But no, I have to hear you guys through the headphones now. So I can't take that off.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, if I was the one causing the echo, then if you took your headphones off and went back to your speakers, shouldn't it be okay?
I think it will be.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah.
Exciting, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. Is that? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is that all done?
No. Put it back.
Oh,
Put it back.
now I can hear the echo too. Oh shoot! Woo! That went south. Oh. Okay, so maybe Gareth and I are the problem children here.
Well, I've just done what did fix it. We're right now, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're good now. Let's talk about books instead of tech problems.
Yeah. I'm all for the books.
So I put a banner up for us to kind of go back to it whenever we could, and that was, where are we? Where's it gone?
Let me get my door.
What do you decide to keep, and what do you decide to just read and not keep? So me and Dave have been talking about it. So how do you two feel about when you buy something? What are you collecting, and what are you just buying to read?
Oh, I buy all my books to read.
Mm-hmm.
They're not to collect.
No, I read them all.
No, but do you keep them?
Yes, I hardly ever get rid of books. I occasionally get rid of books, like if I buy one and I didn't really like the edition, and then later on I find an edition that I really like, then I'll get rid of the original edition and keep the new one that I like.
Yeah, so you are collecting because you're keeping the books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that's what we were talking about. Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah. I just think it's an interesting one because I've obviously been unhauling loads of books, and I realised that there's quite a long list of things I collect, but it's like certain authors I like to look for, and like I was saying about the vintage paperbacks and science fiction paperbacks, and like I think things like Star Trek books I will probably buy just to read and then get rid of them after I've read them, I think. But there is quite a lot of things that I want to keep. So I thought it was just an interesting subject because people might might want to keep everything that they buy to read, and then they only start thinking of not keeping it once they run out of room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I intend to read all the books I buy, but I do keep them.
And do you ever keep multiple versions of the same book?
Yeah.
So
Like I have probably 3 copies of Dune and 3 copies of The Scarlet Letter, and I have multiple copies of books I really like.
What about
that because of the covers?
Yeah, because I like the look of the book.
No, what about this one? Do you guys all listen to audiobooks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to, but I haven't really done it yet.
Yeah, I'm new to audiobooks. I just started really getting into audiobooks at the beginning of this year. I had tried to in the past, and I could not get over somebody else telling me a story in a way that I was not telling it to myself, and that really bugged me. But I had this night job for about 4 months, and I did nothing but like run around the building all night long, and so that got me over the audiobook hump. So now I'm no problem. I can listen to audiobooks all the time.
So here's the question. If you listen to an audiobook, do you ever buy the physical book?
I don't buy an audiobook unless I have the physical book, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because well, I don't really know, actually. But usually if I have a book, it's a book I want to read. And so I'm not going to look for an audiobook if I already have books I want to read. So I'm just like, well, I want to read this one. And I don't have a lot of time to read these days. So I'll just be like, well, I'm going to get the audiobook of this. So that way I can listen to the audiobook when I'm doing things. And then later on in the evening when I'm resting or whatever, I can open up my regular book and mark it up and make my notes and all that kind of stuff. So, but I don't feel good if I have a book that I can't like take notes on. So if I had just the audiobook, where would I underline my text and all that stuff? So yeah.
What about you, MJ?
I started with audiobooks. I'm going back in time. I was in high school, and it was Interview with a Vampire on cassette tape.
Oh wow.
And that was my first experience with an audiobook, and I was like, this is amazing, because it was very over the top. So that was like my first foray. And then I probably didn't get back into audiobooks until everything kind of went digital, and I was running a lot, and I got tired of listening to music for some reason. Like my playlists were all played out, and I'm like, I'm going to try an audiobook. And it worked. It worked. I would listen to a couple through Audible. So I have I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 collected on Audible that I'm not an Audible member anymore, but you could still tap into the stuff that you bought in the past. And then Scribd, or whatever the heck it's called now, is phenomenal. I'm reading a book now called And Then I Woke Up. And it's kind of like a zombie novella, but it's so well done. And I purchased the book on Kobo before the challenge. And I said this morning, I'm like, you know what? If anybody's going to have that audiobook, it's going to be Scribd. So I went on to Scribd. They have the audiobook. So I was listening and reading all afternoon. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Wait, so you listen to it while you're reading the hard?
Yes.
Reading the
yes. Mm-hmm. It brings another layer, because I still have the voice in my head, but I'm listening to someone else too. If that makes sense.
So do you listen to audiobooks at all times, like when you're doing housework or exercising or any of that stuff? Do you always have an audiobook going?
I try, because that's really the only way that I can squeeze my reading in. So if I have downtime at work, I always have an audiobook playing. I work by myself, so I don't have coworkers or anything like that. So, usually there's an audiobook playing. Housework, definitely, it fills the gaps for me. That's the best way I can say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes even if I'm reading a physical book and I can't have my physical book, I'll turn on the audio, and then I'll mark my place, and then I'll go back to the physical and pick up where I left off. So I have this continuum, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, that's the only way I could fit it all in.
I can't do an audiobook if it's a book that I'm really, really excited about reading. Then I'm just like, I can't do this one on audio. I have to read the book.
I'm kind of like that.
Do you guys do that?
I'm kind of like that now, because I got sucked into the Fourth Wing hype. I know, but I want to try it, and I want to see what it's all about. And I actually had the audiobook 2 weeks ago, and I was listening to it, and I'm like, you know what? No, you're gonna do the paper book, and we're gonna take it from there and see what happens. So I let
the Fourth Wing, is that like a YA? Sorry,
I guess it's like a fantasy. It was like the hot book of the summer. It's dark academia with dragons and war, and I'm like, I'm in. I'm like, I'm in.
But Brandy, dragons are like dinosaurs.
Yeah, but not the same. no dinosaur ever breathed fire.
That's true. Did they not? Oh yeah, here we go. Jenny said, I was tempted to read The Fourth Wing, but decided not to after the controversy around the Gaelic she used.
What's that?
I'm not even at that level yet. I'm not even there.
Know. So I don't know what the issue would be if it was like incorrect Gaelic or
probably. She's an American author, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that
there at all. I want dragons, I want drama, I want love, I want war, dragons. I'm good.
I wouldn't mind dragons. I do like dragons, you know. I'm real picky about it though.
Yeah.
But I could do without the love though.
I mean, just a little. You know, they're going to school, you know, come on. But the Fourth Wing is this big. I did get the Iron Flame. Let me grab it. So here's what happened with me. So I pre-ordered both these books before the challenge, right? Like literally 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, they're going to be here on time. They're like, MJ, you'll get it on November 7th. I'm like, perfect. The day after the challenge, blah, blah, blah. So Fourth Wing has been out a year, right? Whatever. So they had some fancy extra copy that was cheap with 2 extra chapters that weren't in the first book, which that's such a sucker move for publishers, but whatever. And it had like stenciled edges. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to get that copy and I'll treat myself. Okay, good. So then the second book, which actually I just got a refund from Amazon. It was only $12. They sent me $5 back because the price dropped. The second book came in 2 days ago. So the second book is here. And look at the edges. They're so good. Nice. But the first book is like this big. And the second book is this big. So the first book has no delivery date. So I'm in Fourth Wing limbo. I have no idea as to when it's going to get delivered. So I'm like, I really want to read it now.
So talking of dragons and also books that I bought again. So I used to have them when I was a kid, but I didn't buy them to keep them. I bought them because I wanted to reread them, and I bought a bunch of Anne McCaffrey books.
Oh yeah, Dragon Wing.
Yeah, all the dragon books. So that was literally because I wanted to read them again. So because I don't
Sci-fi
think they're only
dragons.
like. Say again.
Sci-fi dragons.
Sci-fi dragons, yeah. So yeah, that's an example where because some stuff I know I'm going to keep it, but I don't think I'm going to keep that. I'm just going to buy it to read it and then get rid of it.
See, you say that I'm just going to buy it to read it, then get rid of it. Like it's just so easy to get rid of books like that. I start having anxiety if I can't find some of my books. It's like prying a child from my hands for me to get rid of my books. I just can't do it very often.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain trying to do it in a particular way. So like there's a service over here called Zifit, and I've got 2 boxes in the hallway of books I want to sell to them. And I'll get about 32 quid, which is cool. But they pick it up when I'm at work, so I've got to figure a way of doing it, which will work. So I've got to figure that out. And I've got a bunch of stuff that app didn't want that I'm going to end up just giving to a charity shop. But some of them are like definitely worth something, you know, like a couple of quid. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating trying to get rid of books and then in the end just dumping them, you know, in a charity shop or something. But yeah, it's if you don't get rid of anything, you end up with too many.
You probably live in a bigger area. See, I live in the middle of Kansas, and the nearest bookstore of any kind is an hour and a half away.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so I never sell my books. I always just send them to other booktubers that might want them, or there's like 2 people I know in my real life who read if they want them, and then anything that's left, I just drop off in the little free libraries around town.
Yeah.
Not that this happens a lot, mind you, but it does happen occasionally.
It's only if you get that new edition, right, of the book.
That's right. I even have to hate it. If like hated the book, I have to keep it because I have my notes you know what I mean, on the book. And then if I get into a discussion about the book and talk about all the things I hated about it, I have to have the book to reference. So, you know.
Yeah. Jenny's just made an answer to the thing about the Gaelic. So she misspells it and mispronounces it. And on an interview, she kept saying Gaelic instead of Gaelic.
Garlic?
Garlic.
That looks like a weird garlic.
Gaelic instead of Gaelic. Garlic? Gaelic?
I've always said Gaelic, so
New England accent, garlic.
She's sleeping. Brian MR.
Hi,
She's
Brian.
sleeping right now.
Oh, hi, Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian from Historathon. Check out Brian's channel. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love Brian. He's one of my favorite booktubers, actually.
Woohoo.
That's awesome. So yeah, because Brandy, you don't do masses of videos, do you? So it's quite cool that you're here, and I need to tell people to subscribe to your channel because you know some people might not even know that.
My videos are super spotty. I think I've done one video in the last 5 months. So yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I go through phases. Yeah, I'll do videos like for 6 months, like every 3 days I'll have a video, and then like 6 months nothing. So
But you sent me a message saying, should I do a book haul video? And I thought, yeah, because if you'd have asked me any kind of video, I would have said yes, because I want a video from you.
I did a library book haul video like 2 weeks ago.
If you'd have said, can I should I do a video where I just sort of walk back and forth the camera and don't say anything? Yes, because you haven't done a video for ages.
I know. I'm trying to get back into doing it. It's just that I just have so little time. This year has been insanity for me. So
yeah.
But I'm just about to wrap up a big project I was working on. So I think I will have some time in probably the next 4 months. So I hope. I say that and then watch me not do a single video.
I mean, obviously, Dave and MJ do more videos. Let's talk about the sort of the frequency of videos thing as well, because
I never even heard of Dave until your last live. I'd never even heard of him, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go check out this Dave guy." So yeah,
don't forget,
brand new to me.
Yeah, Olive.
Olive's
the real boss.
That's right.
It's not
Dave
really
and
my
Olive.
channel.
Yeah, there's the star.
You gotta talk to the boss lady here,
Hi, good girl.
right?
Cute.
Aww.
Love it. That's a cute dog.
Because I think is it right, Dave, that you do like one a week ish?
So, I guess ish. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know how people like MJ's like so disciplined about it.
Batch filming.
It's all batch filming. I just have such a hard time being that regular about it. And when I have tried to batch film like a couple of times, and I can never do like more than 2 at once. I've done that like a couple of times. I've done like 2 in one day, and that's it. And I don't know, like I just don't like have the energy, I guess, for more than 2 at a time.
That's almost all I do. When I do them, I'll do like 6 videos all in one day. Then there'll be videos for 2 weeks and then nothing.
But if you use books in your videos, then you'll have like 60 books all around you, won't you? Which is kind of what happens to me when I do a bunch of videos on the same day. There's books everywhere. Yeah. I mean, I've got about 30 books in front of me just because I thought I'll pick them up and show them, you know. But I don't really need to. But yeah, it's nice to hold up books when you're doing a video.
Yeah, the viewers appreciate it.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's not the same having little pictures of the books. It's not the same, is it?
No.
Of course, you have to do the pictures if you've done a Kindle book.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Which I do not mind. You know, someone thought I was like really anti Kindle, and I'm not anti Kindle. I just love this stuff. It's very
He's a physical guy.
Come on.
Meow.
It's Ninja came to say hi.
So which of my books smell the nicest? They smell nice.
Right.
See, this smells quite new. This one, I've had it quite a while.
Oh, let me smell this one.
But it's got a new smell.
Ooh, it smells like ash and charcoal.
Oh my god! Every book has its own smell. Every book has its own smell.
It smells like the bars they played in.
Gareth, you're doing it wrong. You can't get the real smell until you open it up and smell right in the middle.
Oh, hold on. Cool. I'm going to get coaching on how to smell my book properly. I love it.
That was actually the very first book video I ever did, was 6 books and their unique smells.
I love that.
I'm going to find that video. That is awesome. I have not seen that video.
It's the very, very first one. I did it like, I wasn't even doing BookTube. I had no idea BookTube existed. I was doing like written reviews in an online journal. And I just thought, hey, I'm going to throw a video up, to go in my journal. And my mom's in the video and everything, but it was a lot of fun to do.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at some really,
I got this used book one time. It was this Robert Silverberg book that I had hunted down on like 8 Books or Books Depository or something. When I opened the package, it had, I can't believe whoever put it in the package. Like, they clearly noticed it when they put it in the package. It stunk. It was like had like mildew spots on it, and it stunk so bad. Like the whole room immediately smelled when I took it out of the package.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
I tell you what, you just reminded me. This has got nothing to do with books, but it's you were talking about seeing this thing, and I was waiting to find out what was in this package in this book, and from your story. But it reminded me of when I worked in record shops. One customer I'll always remember. It was this old guy. And do you remember when CDs came out? They said you can do anything with CDs. You can eat your lunch on it, and it will still play, right? Do you remember they said that when CDs came out?
Yeah.
So this old guy comes into the record shop, and he says, "I've got a complaint. This CD won't play." And I'm like, "Okay, can I have a look at the CD?" And he got it out of the bag, and I had a look at it, and there was cake all over it. And I said, "There's cake all over it." And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, you can't put cake on a CD, mate. You can't play it because it's ruined it. It's got cake on it." And he's like, "No, you can do anything with a CD. That's not the reason." I said, "No, you can't. There's jam all over it. It's like you can't put sponge and jam and buttercream on your CD."
That's hilarious.
Amazing. So I gave him a replacement, and he went away happy. But I had this CD that was like, I can't send that back because it's clearly not ruined. Somebody had their dinner on it. Brilliant.
I've got a question for you guys. What is the weirdest thing you've ever found in a used book?
It was like a receipt for taxes or like the garbage or something. It was some type of like a utility receipt with the person's name and address and everything on there, saying that it was paid in full, but it was like from like the 40s.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was old.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, David?
I've had bus tickets in a book that they may have used it as a bookmark. I don't know. That's been quite cool.
I can't think of anything weird I found in a used book. I have to think about that. But you obviously have a good one, Brandy.
Oh yes, I do. I posted a picture of it on my Instagram too. I got this used book, and in the middle was a used flosser. A used flosser. Yeah.
Those little picky things?
Yes. It was used as a bookmark, and it was used. You could see
the piece.
Yes. God. I literally gagged and like dropped the book. I went and got some, like the medical gloves, got gloves and like.
So like somebody's in
could not deal with that.
In their bathroom like this, playing with their teeth, reading their book, and then they put their flosser in. It must have been a really good book, right?
Wow. It was they couldn't put it down. They couldn't put it down.
They couldn't put it down. You take it in the bathroom with them and floss their teeth.
Yeah. I was extremely horrified.
Oh, God.
You kept the book though, right?
No, I did not keep the book.
No.
You're so grossed out.
Yeah, I couldn't even touch it. I was like, no, I cannot.
That might have been your favorite book if you'd have like persevered.
Nope, I actually ended up getting another edition of that was in like new condition for a really good price because it's like a really hard to find book. So,
did you send him a message saying, "Can I just check? Is there anything in the book that I don't want to see?"
Yeah, no kidding. I couldn't believe the person sent it out that way. I just kept thinking the only way they just must not have looked at all at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was very bad. Yeah, or didn't care. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Crazy.
So Daniel is trying to cause controversy. We're going to move on.
Controversy.
Controversy. Yeah, controversy. I should say controversy. I've just confused you guys, haven't I? Controversy.
No. It's like controversy is controversy, and narrator is narrator.
Yes, and
I get it right.
Tomato is tomato.
Oh, you pronounce the T, MJ. There's no T in British English. There's no T.
Narrator.
There's no T. I've got T.
Narrator.
Put the kettle on.
That's T.
All right, lovely people. I have to go to my nephew's football game, or I'll get kicked out of my house. All right, I will see you guys.
Bye, MJ.
Thanks, MJ.
If you're back, if you're still on at 9 o'clock, I'll hop in.
We might be. I don't know what that means, but we might be.
5 hours from now. All right, bye.
It's 5 hours from now. I don't think it'll be 5 hours. Good luck with the football game.
Will do. Bye.
Presumably, it's not actual football, right? It's American football, right?
American high school football. That's right. Friday Night Lights. Let's go.
Not actual football.
Oh, funny.
Brilliant. Okay, so William says I've done a little batch filming, but it doesn't. Yeah, I don't really like to keep a schedule because I don't think I'd keep to it. If I'd just beat myself up over not doing it on the right days if I had a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have no schedule, obviously.
I don't know. I
do it. I won't.
I mean, do you guys have a sense whether it's important or not? I mean, I don't know. Different people say different things about whether it's important to keep a regular.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's that important really. I think it matters if you leave it for 5 months before you do a video.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know who does that.
But no,
well, my whole thing is I'm not in it for the views. I'm in it for like this, you know what I mean? Like interacting with the other booktubers and stuff. So my views aren't that important to me. So I have no idea like what the best things are to, you know, get subscribers and get views and all that kind of stuff. I just pretty much do what I want, and if somebody doesn't like it, they don't have to watch.
Just think of all those booktubers, Brandy, that are wondering what you thought 3 months ago.
I'm the worst booktuber ever.
No, I think it's true though. I think it's important to do whatever you want to do though. If you don't want to do loads of videos, don't do loads of videos, isn't it?
Yeah. See, that's what would happen to me. I'd start hating doing it if I did it during all the times when I would feel stressed about doing it. You know what I mean? Then it wouldn't be fun for me anymore.
So.
Yeah, exactly. I just told myself I just wasn't. I had a feeling that it's somewhat important, but and I'm not even just talking for the algorithm, just in terms of people's expectations and whether they stick with you. But I just decided I'm just not gonna stress about it. It's it's already a commitment, and it's just.
I'll be right back.
Like you said, it's gonna make me hate it.
Yeah, I think because I put more on than I ever planned to, but I get a bit excited about doing the videos. So I filmed because I finished. Where is it? I finished. I don't know where it is. I finished that book, Black Buck, and I immediately wanted to do a book review of it. So I can't put that up straight away because I've got loads of other videos scheduled up. But it's because I was really, really excited about doing the video. But it wasn't because I was thinking, I need a video for Thursday or I need a video for next Tuesday. I just get excited about doing the videos. Do you know what I mean? So I think I've got the same attitude as Brandy. I just.
But you don't sleep. See, I go to bed and I sleep. True. I sleep for at least 6 hours a night. And Gareth, I don't know when you sleep. I mean, what do you sleep? 2 hours a night?
I know. Do you not need much sleep, Gareth?
I sleep in 2026. I usually, well, it's weird because I have all my friends and family talk about that I don't sleep at all, and I think sometimes it catches up with me, and I'll come back from work and then literally fall asleep as soon as I sit on the settee. So I think sometimes my body's like, "You're crazy, can you stop it?" and then just fall asleep. So yeah, I don't need a lot of sleep, but
I can't do that anymore. I'm too old now. I'm old and worn out. I can't do that anymore.
I'm pretty sure I'm older than you, Brandy.
How old are you?
52.
Yeah, you're just a little bit older than me. Not that much.
Right. We got Zap says I retired from library work. Hold on. Yeah, I retired from library work, and you'd be shocked how many people have money in books as a bookmark.
I wish I'd find some of those books.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've never found money in a book.
Me neither.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Me too.
Leaf and stem samples in a biology book.
Oh, cool. That would be cool.
Oh,
yeah.
That makes sense,
like
right? Somebody was doing a
thematic
project.
things in books, so that'd be cool, wouldn't it? So maybe if you're reading a time travel book and then someone has got a time machine in the pages.
Time machine in the pages.
Or a food book, like a book about what kind of fruit would be good to eat, and there's an apple in the between the pages. Christopher Evenstar says, "Hi everyone, hi Chris. I found a report card from the 50s. Wow,
cool.
They weren't a very good student.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, that could be an interesting collection, couldn't it? Like just random stuff you find in books.
Mm-hmm. I never find random stuff in books, just the flosser.
So good. Jenny says bye to MJ. So Dan says he can't film on a schedule either. I film when my son isn't home because he's often underfoot. Yeah, he's got a young son. I also am too embarrassed to film around my wife. Oh, okay.
Really?
Well, also she might just get a little bit. It might get a bit heated.
Yeah.
On screen as well.
Oh yeah, Karen, though, making out with his wife in front of everybody.
What?
Oh,
blood.
Wow.
Was it a vampire book?
Yeah. Another medical book. So was it Dan's blood though? How hard do you read, Dan? So proper hardcore reading, and then your blood was dripping off. Yeah, this is true. Zap says you can't find stuff in an ebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Book donations to the library.
I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't know what that is. That looked
penal
very rude.
porn? What's penal porn?
I didn't even read that out, but you've read that out. You've just put that out there.
Oh, he doesn't mean penis, does he?
Probably.
I thought it was like.
Oh, I think it was an accident.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's just corrected it. Book donations.
Oh, that makes sense.
You had personal.
Personal, like somebody's own personal pictures, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I see.
Dan said the blood was in a library book. I'm guessing the borrower had a bloody nose. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, I suppose that person would have panicked, wouldn't they? But I suppose you can't get blood out. So they wouldn't have known necessarily that their nose was bleeding if it was a nosebleed.
It adds character.
Oh, God. In the trash.
Stephen King
Especially if it was like a horror book, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Nomad Polaroids. That's a good band name.
Homemade.
The Nomad Polaroids.
It would be a good band name.
Or is that Homemade Polaroids?
Homemade.
Homemade.
I like Nomad Polaroids better.
Nomad Polaroids.
Yeah, you know what, Zap? Don't bother with the corrections because the initial messages are much more entertaining.
That's right.
The Nomad. I love that. What does that even mean? So Polaroids that travel from house to house. So yeah, what
nomadic
have you been reading,
Polaroids. Well, I've been reading the Practical Magic Quartet, and I'm on the last book. I am not pressed. It's fine, but it's not great. And then I'm also reading the Howling trilogy. I'm halfway through the first one. I actually read the first one last year on the 20th of October, all at one go, and I really liked it. But I wanted to read the other two, so I thought I would reread the first one so that the first one would be fresh in my mind. So I plan to have those done here the next 2 weeks. And
are all three of them written by Gary Brandner?
Yeah, they are.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I read the first one when I was a teenager.
I'm assuming that was a werewolf. I don't know that.
Yeah, werewolf. Yeah, werewolf. Yeah. They made like a movie in the 70s, like 79 or something like that, called The Howling. Yeah. And I think that had sequels as well. And I watched that movie. It was actually really good. But, you know, I really enjoyed that. I'm not into that kind of thing, but I thought that was good.
Yeah, Joe Dante directed the first one. Joe Dante's brilliant.
That was good. That was a good movie.
He did the Gremlins films and Small Soldiers and
I like both of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Gremlins films. Mm-hmm. Gremlins, we'll do this for a later live stream, but one of the best Christmas films, Gremlins.
Gremlins, yeah.
Gremlins? That's a good one.
My dad took me to see that in the movie theater. I think I was in 5th grade or something. But my dad took me to see that, and it scared me so much I had to go wait in the lobby for Gremlins.
Yes, it is quite brutal. Isn't it?
It terrified me.
So did you wait in the lobby and he went back in and carried on watching it?
Well, my brother and my dad stayed in the movie theater, and I just got up and walked out and waited for them in the lobby. So I got almost all the way through it.
You know, how old were you when that happened?
Do what?
How old were you?
I think I was in the 5th grade. I'm not really sure. It was definitely the 80s, though.
What's 5th grade mean?
85, 86. No, it was earlier than that. No. When did that movie come out? When did Gremlins come out? When it came out in the movie theater, that's what year it was.
I think it was 84.
I was born in 75 is when I was born. So.
Whenever... Oh, okay. So yeah. So you were left on your own in a cinema lobby.
Yeah, I live in a small town. It was totally safe. I knew the people behind the counter. I knew the people coming in and out of the door. It was fine. Small town.
I may have told this story
in a big city like Portsmouth.
Sorry. I may have told this story already, but you know what movie my family took me to when I was in grade school?
What?
Children of the Corn. Oh! I was like 10.
Oh my God.
I don't know what year was the first one. I don't know what year that came out, but I was around 10-ish, 10, 11.
That's terrible. Why would they take you to see Children of the Corn at 10 years old?
Because it was my parents were having issues and they needed to get me out of the house for the night. So my aunt and uncle took me, and they were young and they were just going to see that movie. And I remember talking to them in the car, and I was worried. I'm like, but is it really scary? And they're like, no, it's not too scary. And I'm like, oh, kind of
like
terrifying. Like suspense. And they're like, yeah, like suspense, you know? And oh my God. And nightmares in weeks.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so much worse than Gremlins.
I thought the idea that they might have thought it was a children's film because it was called Children of the Corn.
No, they knew it was they just wanted to go see it, and they didn't want their little nephew to ruin their night. So,
oh my gosh,
amazing!
I hope you gave him hell about that for the rest of your life.
Did you not go back to the cinema again?
Oh God, that was I mean, to this day I remember having the nightmares for weeks.
I'm sure. My goodness.
Like, wow.
I tell you what, it's good that the actors' strike's over, so hopefully the cinema will get busy again, because they've been showing lots of older films in the cinema that's in Portsmouth, and there's loads of films that have been delayed, isn't there, and postponed and that. So be nice to get that back.
I didn't even know there was an actor strike.
Yeah, there was a few issues they were striking about. So apparently they've reached an agreement. So that's all good. They were acting as they were striking as well as the writers were striking as well. So all sorts of things were delayed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'd be cool. Because June was one of them, and June 2 has been delayed.
Which one?
The second June film.
June. I've never heard of that.
What is that?
June, as in Dune.
Dune.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't the second one already come out?
No.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't really like that first one, so I'm not about to go see the second one.
Oh.
I like the original Dune movie from the 80s. That was awesome.
That's cool. Not a lot of people like that one.
I know. I loved it.
You're flying the flag. And,
yeah. I'm a rebel.
That's awesome. David Lynch is interesting, isn't he? So.
Did you ever see Eraserhead? That David Lynch movie he did when he was in college? That is the weirdest, most bizarre movie I've ever seen in my life. I got to the end of that and I'm like, I don't know what I just saw.
Is it?
It is weird. And there's no explaining it. You can't explain it. You just have to watch it.
Is it worth watching?
It's worth watching. It's definitely worth watching. Beautiful photography. Beautiful, what's it called? Cinematics or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Beautiful. But holy cow. Is it bizarre?
It's very effective tone, isn't it? But yeah,
very.
The kind of, you don't really know why what you're watching is happening.
Yeah.
You know what movie I just watched that is one of the scariest movies that I've ever seen is that Terrifier 2. Did you guys see that?
I've never heard of it.
No,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I had seen I guess it was Terrifier 1, but you don't need to see that to see Terrifier 2. I had seen like a news headline like a couple months ago that said like, is Terrifier 2 like the most disturbing movie ever or something like that? And I was like, oh, I'll have to see what that's about. I just watched it finally like a week or two ago. It is like it is it's really disturbing. It's really graphic and it's really creepy. Like the bad.
Is it like slashery?
It's so it's not like Friday the 13th type slashery. It's not like this constant like blood but it's there are very bad, graphically violent scenes.
So is like the graphic stuff, is it like more psychological type of mess with your head? You know, like I guess
it's like ripping somebody's body apart type of.
Oh, okay.
Graphic.
Yeah, no thanks. Thanks. I am not into that kind of thing at all. No way.
We got an interesting comment about Razorhead, so I'll just bring some of these messages up. So, Medium John Silver's here, which is cool. Hey, mate. I have a collection of Tintin books by Hergé and a series of Asimov books collecting his science essays from the Magazine of Science and Fancy Science
that's
Fiction.
cool.
So, that is really cool.
That is very cool.
I'd like to know what that's called. If you can put that in the chat, what those Asimov books are called.
I tell you what, I'd love if I had the space. I would love to just collect tons of like analog magazines and fancy science fiction magazines, because I love the idea of them, and I've read a few, but I've restrained from just getting them because you'd end up with huge piles, wouldn't you? And it would just build up so easily. But I think they're awesome, and this
I have a ton of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a ton of those. The Asimov science fiction and analog science fiction. In fact, I haven't read most of them, but I have a ton of those old ones.
So you got tons of stories you can read.
Yeah,
because I've got a big collection of Twilight Zone magazines, which have got a lot of sentimental value as well. So they're quite rare, and I'm trying to get the complete collections. There's a few I haven't got. So it's that's lots of short stories. So I suppose I'll make that exception because of me buying them when I was younger. But yeah, all that sort of thing, like short story collections in those magazines, awesome in it. So,
you know, those Tintin books that he's talking about, I'd never even heard of those. Like they're children's books, I guess, but I had never heard of those until I saw them on Warmberg Malcolm's channel, who's one of my favorite booktubers, by the way. But he was reading those, so I think that's a British children's book series. Is that right? Is that a British children's book series, or
no?
Or have I just not heard?
They're Belgian, I think. I think Kerjay was Belgian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in the U.S., of course, and so I thought, well, maybe the reason I'm not familiar with them is because they're a European thing or a British thing or something. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Well, Spielberg made the Tintin film, didn't he? Did you know about that? There was an animated film of Tintin.
I never even heard of this character Tintin until I saw it on his channel.
All right. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know, sort of quite innocent adventures with a sort of a strange crew that's on this boat, I guess.
Well, they looked interesting. I thought I would want to read them at some point, but I don't know how hard they are to get a hold of.
Yeah, I don't see them around that much. I see Asterix books a lot. And I bought my first Asterix books recently. I seem to see those a lot, but I don't see Tintin that much. But Tintin is a, famous cultural character.
So I guess I do live under a rock.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe not as known in America, but I don't know. Do you know him, Dave? Tintin?
No, I hadn't heard him either.
Okay, it probably was just like a European thing or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, it looks interesting. They look like they're fun books. So.
Yeah. I think it's I think they're nice kind of adventure stories. I think Twin Peaks: The Return was 100% Lynch.
Yeah. What's that actor's name? Like, I never saw Twin Peaks, but he played Paul in the original Dune movie, and I don't remember the actor's McLaughlin,
McLaughlin, yeah.
I really, really like that actor, and he was in a number of David Lynch projects, including this movie called Blue Velvet.
Yeah, he's in Blue Velvet.
I did not like Blue Velvet.
It's another weird one.
I gotta get somebody to get Oliver dinner here.
Thanks, Dave. Zap says, Eraserhead liberates repressed thoughts, probes the collective unconscious, questions the concept of meaning, gives new life to ancient Gnostic doctrines, and rejects traditional morality.
Okay, so you read a lot more into that movie than I did.
Love it. Thanks, Zap. That's brilliant.
It definitely is thought-provoking. I have to say, I was talking about the movie for about 2 weeks after I saw it, so...
Oh, and then he's added, very humbly, I'll stole that from Google.
Love it. That's great.
Brilliant. Okay, Medium John Silver says the Asimov books just have different titles, like The Sun Shines Bright, The Subatomic Monster, and so on. There was over a dozen of them. Yeah. Tintin is Belgian. Yeah, I thought so. Tintin was a cartoon on TV when I was younger. So Dan is American.
That was on American TV. Wow. I thought I watched all the cartoons when I was a kid. Oh, how old is that? How old are you, Daniel, actually? That's probably important to know.
Yeah, I'm going to... Oh, no, you can't guess people's age, can you? He looks a lot younger than me. I reckon he's at least half my age. But it was a cartoon over here as well, actually. So it might have been the same cartoon that was dubbed from the original Belgian cartoon, maybe. Don't know.
That could be. And then just played later on in the US.
Yeah. Tintin's barely known in the... Oh, so hello, Antonio. Tintin's barely known in the US, but it's big globally.
Oh.
He's got a... Yeah. I think his haircut's quite famous as well. I can have a Tintin,
Never even heard of that.
Scott's here.
No, hey,
Scott. Hi, Scott.
Scott and Becky. I could. Can I do that? I might be able to. Can I do that? I might be able to send him the link. Can I send him the link? I got into Right Mess trying to do that last time. I don't know. Tintin is very popular in public libraries. Is that must be in American libraries? Pretty sure Zap's American. Medium John Silver, a series of 6 Tintin back paper books were done by Golden Press in America in the mid-60s. The others were available as British imports. There we go. Yeah. Here we go. So Scott said that's definitely Scott. I think favorite Lynch films are Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive. Mulholland Drive's another
Blue Velvet.
mind bender.
I hated that movie. It's so awful.
I really like The Straight Story. You know, the one about the old man going on his lawnmower or whatever to make that journey. That was good.
I still haven't seen Mulholland Drive. I want to.
I don't think I've seen that either.
Yeah, I heard it's very original, and maybe I'll watch it later tonight.
Yeah, don't sleep.
I just chapter 5, right, Gareth? And just
that's it.
Watch movies.
Yeah. Dan's 38.
Okay.
So there you go. So it's a cartoon. That's not a lot younger than you, is it?
Than who, me?
Yeah.
I'm 48.
Yeah, 10 years.
He's 10 years behind me.
Antonio lives in the US, or did live in the US for 26 years, but born and raised in Brazil. Cool.
Oh, cool.
Had all the Tintin books, and there were many like me, huge influence in my reading habits. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think Tintin's like Tintin has got quite a big cultural presence, I think. I'd say. I mean, I don't know if because that's the thing. I often think about like things that are generally famous. If I think about that very quickly, I think I wonder if my 16-year-old students know about it. Do you know what I mean? Because they grew up through the internet and streaming services. They didn't have like the kind of TV that we had, where we had only so many channels, and it'd just be interesting to know if some things just went off the radar and some things are really still famous. It was surprising me some of the music they know really well, and then some they don't know from the same period. It's just interesting.
I have to wonder if Curious George is still around, because I was into Curious George when I was a kid.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, they made the film, didn't they? How long ago was the film? Was that about 15 years ago or something? Was it?
There was a film.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I didn't know this. I'm gonna have to watch this.
That's right.
Yeah. Jack
Did they
Johnson
follow the
did
books?
the songs for the film.
Did they follow the books?
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
Because Curious George is not a thing over here.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I only know it because when the film came out, I was like, "What's this?" And then I discovered that it was a thing in America.
Oh, it's a big thing over here. It was. I don't know if it still is, but
I had a little stuffed Curious George I took everywhere.
I had one too, but I didn't take him everywhere. I had a different stuffed monkey that I took everywhere.
Awesome.
And the man in the tall hat.
The man in the tall hat.
About the man in the tall hat?
Curious George's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because like Blue's Clues, right? Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my son loved Blue's Clues when he was little.
Yeah. My daughter absolutely loved Blue's Clues. Really, really loved Blue's Clues. But it was so weird when I saw the American presenter of Blue's Clues, because over here it's this black guy from Liverpool.
Huh.
and then I saw this other guy, and I was like, "Whoa, this is weird. This is not Blue's Clues." Clearly, of course it is.
Yeah. Well, Steve was the Blue's Clues guy when my son was little, but I don't know who does it now, or if is Blue's Clues even still around.
Yeah.
Maybe
no,
it's
I don't
not.
know if it's still around over here. But yeah, no, my daughter loved it. She loved and she loved Powerpuff Girls and the Animaniacs, stuff like that. She loved.
Yeah, I had to buy my son all of the Blue's Clues. I had to buy blue and magenta, and I had to buy him a Steve shirt. He was like super into it. Paprika, I had to get all the Blue's Clues characters.
Which one was Paprika?
The little I'm not sure what Paprika was. Was Paprika a shaker of Paprika in the show, or was it another dog? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
My son's 31 now, so this was a while ago. I think it was. I think Paprika was a shaker. So I just can't remember. It was too long ago.
It was such a sweet program.
It was really good. I actually watched it with him all the time. I liked it too.
Yeah, we used to watch it with her. Yeah, I think when my son was born, it wasn't quite a thing, but she absolutely loved it. So there's a 5.5 year gap between them two. So
Oh,
they
wow.
did watch slightly different things. I mean, I obviously flooded the Muppets on them, clearly. So they both grew up with the Muppets and Sesame Street and that. But I think they had different things that they were into. They've got loads of comments, but you need to go on.
No, it's okay. I was just going to mention another show, but we don't need to continue.
No, I was going to do the same. So what show was you going to mention?
Fraggle Rock. It was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock. Yeah. That's a little older though when Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, that's 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in elementary school, so I was the right age for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's apparently new Fraggle Rock now.
Really? I don't think it's going to top the old one. I'm skeptical.
Well, Jim's not involved, so that's not going to be the same. But that doesn't mean they can't do old stuff again. But it's such a because his idea for Fraggle Rock was that every bit of it was like a shared universe. So like the Gorgs influenced the Doozers, and the Doozers influenced the Fraggles. And all that,
the Dozers.
Like, Dozers.
So what? Was it the Dozers? It was the Dozers, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because they build the stuff that I think they build.
There's a Fraggles 8.
Yeah, they build what the Fraggles ate, and something that the Fraggles are doing is influencing the Gorgs as well, aren't they?
And don't forget about the trash heap. Don't forget about the trash heap.
Oh yeah. Oh man, now I gotta go watch some Fraggle Rock tonight.
And the two rats, remember the two rats? You know, the trash heap's heralds or whatever, the two little rats.
Yeah. And
Uncle Traveling Mac.
Traveling Matt.
Uncle Traveling Mac. Yeah.
Uncle Traveling Matt. Yeah. Well, I always say that we should have called Ralph Sprocket because he looks like Sprocket.
Oh, cute.
So, yeah, but we didn't know that when he was tiny because he just looked like,
So can I interrupt for a real quick minute? Question. Could we test me without the headphones? Because my phone is down to 10%. And I would like to plug in my charger so I could keep going. But if it's going to cause a bunch of feedback and stuff, then I won't worry about it. But
we'll try.
Okay. Because I'm having too much fun. I don't want to get off.
Yeah. I was going to ask you guys. This is like. a 90s. Yeah, we've got the echo back.
Do you have the echo?
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Well, then I'm going to be going here pretty soon because my phone's going to die. But we'll go to the end.
Yeah. You see what we can do. See how far we can go. You all right, Gareth? Oh, it's gone. I was going to talk to myself. I thought it would have been funny.
Baby kitty.
So there was a massive phenomenon in the UK, right? I'm going to see if you guys have heard of it, and if it had any impact in the US. It'd be interesting to know. This was a 90s thing. So my daughter was tiny when she was really into it. I asked her to come on again, but she went to London today to see Elodie. Oh, the woman that wrote The Wolf Den. Can't remember her name, but there was a signing. She loves that book, and she went to meet this author. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, that's the reason why she knows. But anyway, so when she was little, she was really into the Teletubbies.
Wow.
Have you heard of the Teletubbies?
I was going to ask you if you had those over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, weird show.
One of those shows. When my oldest daughters were first born, they're twins. When they were born, I said I told my wife we're never going to have the Teletubbies on in this house. How long do you think that lasted?
Yeah, that show scared me.
What was the name of that? What was it called? The Zoom Zoom or the Voom Voom or something? That vacuum thing. What was the name of that?
I watched one episode and I was like, no.
There was no Blue's Clues, huh?
I'll tell you what, not being able to remember the name of the Hoover, I feel like I can't remember what it's like not remembering what the Edgar Rice Burroughs Mars books are called. It feels so important that I should know what the Hoover is called.
I'm gonna look it up here.
It is something like Zoom Zoom or something. It's a repeated word, isn't it? But when at the height of Teletubbies fame,
the new,
that's it.
New. Oh God.
See, that sounds rude, doesn't it?
The new.
And yeah, when at the height of the fame, Jess was only like 2 or something, and she really wanted a Poe for Christmas, and everybody wanted it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, everybody wants it, and we've spent we've tried so hard to find a small Poe because that was the one everyone wanted, and it was like it was an absolute hectic thing. You know, like Jingle All the Way when it's like when they were fighting over that last toy.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. We were trying every way we could possibly go to get this bloody Poe, and we found it in the end.
Which color was that one?
That's the little purple one.
The purple one.
Yeah, that was the most popular one. I mean, you know, clearly work of genius.
I don't know. I think somebody might have been doing drugs when they wrote that show.
Yeah.
It's like the Wiggles. You guys have that over there?
The Wiggles?
The Wiggles, yeah. That's just Australian. They're Australian, aren't they?
I don't know that one.
You don't know the Wiggles?
Mm.
Oh, Wiggles are huge.
Yeah, awesome. They started up again. They started touring again after a massive gap. Yeah.
I think one of the guys got really sick, right?
Yes. I don't know if he's still around or if they.
Yeah.
Don't know, but yeah. Was it the guy that was really quiet or something? Was it that guy? I don't know. But again, I think it was both of them. My daughter and my son watched the Wiggles.
They used to have big concerts, the Wiggles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Never even heard of them. Obviously, my son didn't watch that.
It's too sophisticated. Yeah, when I was you know, you take your kids to like pantomimes and you wouldn't have pantomimes, would you? But do you have pantomimes?
No.
No.
We
But you go like take them to the theater or whatever. And we took Jess when she was little to a live show of Bananas in Pajamas. Do you know Bananas in Pajamas?
Oh yeah, no bananas in pajamas. Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. I love that theme song.
Yeah, it was a great show. One of the best gigs I've ever been to.
Huh.
Right, let's look at some comments. Gotta love the singing radiator lady from Eraserhead.
Oh God.
Blue Velvet was legitimately awesome, though. Sort of makes me crave a Pabst even now.
Brian, I am disappointed in you.
There's
Blue
going to be a lot of
Velvet?
love for Blue Velvet. There will be a lot of love for Blue Velvet. It's got to be said.
Oh no, Brian, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
And Tony said, just to give a time frame for Tintin, the books were written between the early 40s and late 60s.
Oh wow, okay.
That's interesting.
Huh.
Here we go. Zap had Curious George in the library, but they stopped issuing the hospital visit because George gets high on ether.
Hilarious. That's great.
That is awesome. Daniel said he's mentioned Thomas the Tank Engine. Daniel's into Thomas the Tank Engine. That's huge over here. There's so many engines in my house now. That's Ringo Starr, isn't it? Do you have it done by somebody else, or is it Ringo Starr for you guys?
I don't know. I don't remember Thomas the Engine. I remember there was when I was a kid, there was like a train book, the little engine that could. I don't know if that's the same thing or not.
No, that's something else. That was
okay.
Thomas the
I
Tank
remember.
Engine.
I remember we had a little bit of Thomas the Tank Engine in my house, but I don't know who. I don't know who did.
You don't know if it was Ringo Starr.
No.
Yeah. So it's one of his claims to fame. Clearly, he doesn't need another claim to fame, but that is one of the things that he did. Dan says, I got the entire series of Fraggle Rock for my son. Awesome.
Yes.
He watched it for a week and then went right back to his train shows.
Oh, hilarious.
Brilliant. It did not last. It did not have the effect that Jim wanted. Oh, here we go. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that cartoon.
That was quite meta, wasn't it? Sometimes Rocky and Bullwinkle, didn't they break the fourth wall and stuff?
I can't remember. I didn't watch very much of that.
I think they did. Maybe I'm confusing. Maybe my memory's going crazy. But yeah, that was shown sometimes over here. Zap says, "Yeah, me too." Hey, yeah, the Muppet book tag. Yeah, that created that, didn't I? Or the Jim Henson one, wasn't it? Jim Henson book tag. If there's another Muppet one, I'll have to. Jenny, if that one's a different one to the one I did, I'll have to seek it out. Got the theme song stuck in my head. Yeah, it's a goodie. You got people agreeing with each other. The singing tea kettle flashbacks.
What was the singing tea kettle from? Oh, I remember Romper Room. I remember that from when I was like 5. Yeah. I watched that when we lived in New Hampshire.
Oh, that's cool. I've never heard of Romper Room.
It was like a preschool room essentially with like, I think what was a teacher. I mean, this is 5-year-old Brandy. So this is a long time ago. And I just remember like kids playing games in like a preschool type setting with a female teacher. And like, that's all I can really remember it. But I remember I really liked it.
Cool. Oh, wow. George Carlin did
really?
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Wow. Interesting.
That's amazing.
That almost doesn't seem that just seems wrong.
George Carlin doing Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah, he starts ranting about 7 words you can't say on Thomas the Tank Engine.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really interesting. If I'd have tried to guess who was going to do it instead of Ringo Starr, I wouldn't have suggested George Carlin. That's interesting. And then we got Jenny said, "No, it's your one." Oh yeah, but Jim will always be yeah. That's cool. Even though Labyrinth was my favorite film. Yeah,
loved Labyrinth.
Yeah, because when I came up with the tag,
time ago.
It was kind of obviously the Muppets was my kind of like driving force, if you like. But I do love the fact that the Creature Shop in general, and the Henson Company have done so many things. You're right, Brandy.
I pulled my phone off the desk here.
Well, I had a bit of when I turned my camera off, it was because my entire thing went crazy when I was trying to mess around with the headphones. So yeah, you've got to be careful, haven't you? Captain Kangaroo.
Oh yeah, Captain Kangaroo. I remember that.
God, I can remember. This was so long ago. I remember so little of these things.
Yeah,
I love it.
Lamb Chop.
Yeah.
What was the lamb chop? Because
it was
actually
a little lamb puppet, hand puppet, And I can't remember the woman's name. Was her name Sherry or something? And like her and Lamb Chop would have conversations and they'd be talking.
Is it Sherry Wilson?
I can't remember what her name was.
But yeah, Lamb Chop. Yeah. And that was that on Captain Kangaroo?
No, I think they were different programs, but they ran. They ran about the same time.
Yeah. Because that was the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, and into the 80s.
So over here in the 70s, there was one big show that you may have gone over. I don't know, called Bagpuss.
What's it
I
called?
don't know that one.
Do you know Bagpuss? It's a cloth cat who told stories, and there was these little characters. It was like stop motion animation, and it was like really. It's very quaint and English and nice and fluffy.
Interesting.
But yeah, it does have a lot of kind of memories for people my age from that early period. Yeah.
The only stop motion I remember is it was like a claymation. It was the green Gumby. It was Gumby.
Yeah. Did you have Gumby, Gareth?
No.
And what was the donkey's name? The orange donkey.
The orange in Gumby?
Yeah.
I only remember a horse. Oh, was it a dog?
Yeah.
Was his name Pokey?
Pokey. Yeah. That's right.
I think it was a horse.
Okay.
I tell you what, the word Gumby means to me, as a Monty Python fan, are those guys with the napkin hat on, going, "Oh, Gumby," and like, and they do that sort of weird thing. They're Gumbies in Monty
You'll
Python.
have to look up Gumby because you'll get a kick out of that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go. My phone is seriously about to die now. So
thanks so much for popping in. That was awesome.
Yeah,
and you guys have met, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, really keep talking about kids TV. It's great.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
And, see you later. Thanks, Brandy. So let's catch up with these. Romper Room teacher could see you through the TV set. Is that right? At the end of Romper Room, the host would look in a magic mirror and call out people, and she could see. Oh, yeah. Randomly, she wished my sister Sarah happy birthday on her birthday, and she nearly shit herself. That's a really weird thing for a presenter to do, isn't it? That's awesome. That's so cool. Mr. Green Jeans. Shirley. Is that the lamb chops? I thought it was Shari. I thought it was Shari something. Don't know. Shirley Jones. So that might be what lamb chop is. Oh, Sherry Lewis. Yeah, Sherry Lewis. That's it. Scott said I was way off. Sherry Lewis and lamb chop. Yeah, I remember that. I think it's a really cool voice that she did for lamb chop, from what I remember. Captain Kangaroo. Yeah, that's way before my time. 64 to 66.
Yeah.
Hey, Jenny loved Bagpuss. Captain Pugwash. Did you have Captain Pugwash?
I don't think so.
It was
what was Captain Pugwash?
It was very basic animation. So it was like 2D animation, but it was one of those ones where it was quite cheap. There was not a lot of movement. Do you know what I mean? And it was very English. I can't remember, to be honest, I can't remember the stories, but it was definitely an English voices doing it, or one voice that did all of it, I think.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I watched Captain Pugwash when I was little. Davy and Goliath. Do you know that?
No, I don't know that one either.
I don't know Davy and Goliath. Big stop motion here. Pokey, Prickle, and Goo were Gumby sidekicks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't remember Prickle and Goo, actually. I remember Pokey. Prickle and Goo.
There was, I'll tell you what, Jenny says bye to Brandy. There was a really cool company over here that did stop motion animation, and they did normal animation as well, like 2D animation, called Cosgrove Hall, that did loads of kid stuff.
Okay.
And probably the most famous thing, they did loads and loads of programs, but probably the most famous thing is Danger Mouse. Did you have Danger Mouse over there?
I feel like I have some very faint recollection of it.
It's like it was like kind of a James Bond setup, but it's literally a mouse and a hamster. It was like the hamster was Penfold, and then they lived on the bottom of a post box. So like they were literally the size, normal size, like be running like down the road really tiny, and they'd have to and then this toad was trying to take over the world all the time. So if anyone loves Danger Mouse, tell me in the comments.
Hold on, I gotta grab Olive. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, cool. And then we had and there was some stop motion stuff that they did as well. But they did so much stuff. They did Portland Bill, Charlton and the Wheelies. If anyone remembers Charlton and the Wheelies, this is we're definitely in American time now. So I don't know if there's going to be many British people watching.
You go.
So hold on, we'll catch up a little bit. Medium John Silver said the cheapest animation was Clutch Cargo. Yeah, superimposed actors. That's really weird. Do you know Clutch Cargo?
I don't know Clutch Cargo either.
No, I don't know that one. I don't know if that's an American one. Scott says he's not very well, so get well soon, mate. Thanks for popping in.
See you, Scott.
Yeah. Medium John Silver said Blondie made a reference to Danger Mouse in one of their songs. Now I've got a lovely idea of Blondie recording the theme to Danger Mouse. That'd be awesome.
This is going to ruin my evening now. I'm going to spend like the rest of the evening looking all this stuff up and checking out clips and everything. You know, we came a long way from collecting books.
Yeah, well, so quite often my live streams seem to deviate into music, so it's quite nice we're talking about something else that we haven't talked about before. It's quite nice. I'll tell you what, I do think it's true that people love talking about kids programs, don't they? And especially the ones they grew up with. They always mean something special to people, don't they?
Yeah, and it's always really fun and nostalgic, like reflecting back on this stuff from your childhood, you know.
And there's some that innocence and that kind of there's no, I don't know, it just makes you smile, doesn't it? Thinking about programs from that.
And how wonderful life was back then without any of any of the pressures you got today, right?
How simple it was. Did you watch all the 20s, 30s, and 40s cartoons? They were. Oh yeah, well yeah. There's lots of cartoons that are dated now, a bit dodgy. Because I'm really into the Warner Brothers cartoons, you know, the Looney Tunes and the MGM Tex Avery stuff, things like that. Yeah. And there are lots of those that you wouldn't show now.
Yeah.
And some that were like, not even that you wouldn't show them now, but you just think, Christ, even at that time, you're like, what? You know? So yeah, they did definitely stretch the boundaries a little bit. Medium John Silver, I watched cartoons in the 60s. A few were returns, reruns. Sorry, my eyesight's going. A few reruns, earlier cartoons. Yeah. Well, the 60s, well, 50s and 60s was like classic period of that stuff. I mean, that's one of the. We can bring this back to books, Dave, because that is one of the things I collect. So I do collect books about cartoons.
Okay.
So I did a video.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing you talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always found that sort of stuff really interesting, but it's hard to find them. So it's not a massive collection. There's probably, I don't know, about 15 books or something. So it's just hard to, they just don't come out very often.
Yeah. Well, you do some of that yourself, right?
What, cartooning?
Yeah.
That kind of cartooning. Like I was thinking about animated cartoons just then, but I mean, no, cartoon, as in proper drawing cartoons.
Yeah.
I've got probably about 130 books. I've got quite a big collection of cartooning books. And yeah, I do dabble a bit. I'm not that good, and I'd love to be able to spend some time getting better at that, so that I could like literally draw the same character for a bunch of panels to make a strip. You know, but my drawing's quite random, really. But I'd love to do that. I do love that. Although I tend to try and collect one panel cartoons rather than strip cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
But I have got some. I've got Peanuts Peanuts books and Garfield books and stuff like that. And Calvin and Hobbes. I've got loads of Calvin.
I was just going to ask you. I loved Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were great. About about the Far Side. You ever into those?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, Far Side is one of my favorite sets of books. I think I've got everything that was released, and some of them are doubles as well. But I don't really want to get rid of my doubles of the Far Side. So yeah, I've got pretty much everything. I think I love the Far Side. It's really like, it's funny, isn't it? Because that kind of humor is not necessarily unique, but he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. Amazing. And what's nice is like people quote comedy films all the time, but you don't really get people quoting one panel cartoons, but you do get people quoting Far Side cartoons, don't you? So are we like doing the car one? Those cows that are standing up and they say car, and then they go on there awful. Brilliant. Hold on. If anyone loves The Far Side, then make a comment below, because we love a bit of that. So speaking of inappropriate cartoons, have you seen the Betty Boop short, The Old Man? Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Betty Boop and Max Fleischer. I've got 2 books on Max Fleischer. And actually, I'm
going to write that down,
because it's kind of say again.
I'm going to write that down. The Old Man on the Mountain.
Yeah. No, it's really cool actually, and there is a bit it's a bit lechy, I suppose. But a lot of Betty Boop stuff was, but the imagination behind it, the stuff that's in that cartoon is incredible. And I actually made a video for the last single that Bemis released, made up of Max Fleischer clips. So because it was out of copyright, I thought I could do that, and this is quite a nice little video for the songs When You're Not Around. So anyone look up When You're Not Around by Bemis, play it on Spotify, on Alexa. Don't worry about it. So Medium John Silver says, I've got more than 100 Peanuts books. Wow.
That's a lot of Peanuts books.
That's a collection. That's
sure
awesome.
Is.
I've only got a few, but yeah, I'm sure I will eventually have that many, because obviously my collection will keep building.
I don't have any Peanuts books.
They're cool though. I think they've got the same. I think they've got the same charm as Calvin and Hobbes. I think. Slightly different. There's more characters and all that, and it's not just about the 2 of them, is it? But
yeah.
So Zap says they showed that on early morning cartoons for kids in the 60s. I'm not sure what that is actually. I love the Foxtrot comic strip. Wasn't the beat strip, but it was my favorite. Oh, it wasn't the best strip, but it was my favorite. Peanuts were big when I was in elementary school. Yeah, I love it. Happiness is a warm puppy. Snoopy reference. Love Far Side. There we are. Signed edition of the first book. That's awesome. I really like Dan Peraro as well. So he wrote the Bizarro books. And they're a little bit more. Well, he ended up getting quite into sort of animal rights and political stuff, but his early stuff is a little bit more surreal.
Okay.
And I think his one-panel cartoons are fantastic. So I don't know if you would like.
I don't know Bizarro. If I've seen those. It sounds familiar, but
yeah, I why did I know them? I think I found the first book randomly and then just ended up collecting them because I really liked his style. But they're not very easy to find. They're quite unusual. I think, and I guess he's an American cartoonist. But so Medium John Silver's got a full collection of Far Side. Shibba Fool's Car of Idiots.
I don't remember that one. What does that one look like?
You can see it. You can imagine it. Yeah. No, I do remember that one. Yeah, it's awesome. But that's why. And he's got the Bizarro ones. Yeah, so I think they're brilliant. But that's why I collect Gain Wilson as well. I just love one-panel cartoons, and Charles Adams. I got so excited about having this recently because this was one I got from eBay recently. And if anyone's wondering, before the Read What Your Own challenge was a thing. So this was ordered on eBay, but it's only just arrived. And I was like talking to the receptionist at my college, and she didn't know that Charles Adams was the creator of the Adams Family. And I was like showing, I was going, oh yeah, this is Morticia, this is Wednesday, and all that. And she was like, oh, she was really interested. So that was pretty cool. So so yeah, this is these books are very special to me. These Charles Adams ones. So what we got? We've got. So Zap's just smiling back. Yeah. So you've got so you have comic books, and you've got Calvin and Hobbes books as well, have you?
I think I may only have one big volume of Calvin and Hobbes. I'm not sure. I may have. I think I only have the one.
It's quite cool when they re-release them in a big volume, isn't it?
Yeah. I used to love Calvin Hobbes as a kid.
Yeah, because you can get really big compendiums of peanut stuff, and they're dated. It'll be like 64 to 68 or something like that, and that's quite a. You feel like you're getting a complete collection, aren't you, when you do that?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I always liked the Peanuts. I don't know why I don't know why I don't have any Peanuts books. But to remedy that, I guess.
I think
I
before I was collecting. Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say before I started collecting cartoonist books, I always loved the cartoon of Peanuts as well. So like
that's great
Christmas
minds think
one.
alike. That's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, I love the Peanuts cartoons. Like that. What was that one? Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Oh my God, I never missed that.
yeah.
And that was the thing. We were kids. You had to wait, right? Like now you can just go watch it, but we had to wait for it to. You had to when the season came around. That was the only time you could watch it, and you had to make sure you're in front of the TV at 8:00 on Tuesday night.
Yeah,
and, you know,
and if you missed it, you missed it. Yeah,
but,
and then because that is also why it was such a dramatic thing for us when we were kids when VHS videos came along, because you could record something.
Yeah,
and as long as you set it up properly and timed it right, you'd come home and it's recorded and you can watch it. And that was a massive thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's such a huge change. And now, like you said to someone, now they'd be like, well, yeah, surely you could do that. But it's like, no.
These kids today, man, they don't know what we went through.
Don't know how lucky they are. Just gonna have a bit of this. Yeah. Do you collect DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that?
No, but I'm not a huge music guy like you are, So no, I don't.
No, I was thinking of films like movies on DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh, not really. I mean, I used to. I didn't really start like acquiring movies until I was like a little bit older. So I mean, I have some things like some of the sci-fi stuff, like I have like I have all the Battlestar Galactica stuff,
What, a new one?
Huh?
So the new Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, the new Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Like the Twilight, all the Twilight Zone. I got that set, and so a few different sets like that. But then once I started collecting that stuff, I mean, I did that for a few years, but then stream. I started doing that so late, and then streaming hit, and so now it's, well, I mean, it's not that it's pointless. It depends whether you like having the collection or not, right? It's just like books, but I never buy any movies anymore now. But you probably have a collection, right?
Well, it's interesting because what I've realized is because when VHS went to DVDs, I loved the audio commentaries.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to love watching the commentaries by the directors or actors or whatever. I used to love that. So that was why I transferred a lot of my VHSs into DVDs. So obviously now we're into the streaming age. I did for a while think, oh, I don't need to buy DVDs anymore. But I do like the idea. I've thinned out my DVD collection, and it's going to be like bare minimum and stuff that I never see anywhere, or it's not on the streaming service. I've got lots of like international films that never get shown on TV, so I'll keep those. But also, I was thinking about looking for special editions with like commentaries and really cool documentaries on them. I think that's quite cool. There's like for example, one of the best things like that I have seen is there's an 80-minute documentary about The Thing on the Thing's DVD.
Okay.
And it's so brilliant. And that will obviously never going to get shown. They'll never show that on TV. So things like that are cool.
Yeah.
So I do think I was genuinely gonna. I mean, Saturday tomorrow I was gonna try and go downtown and have a look around HMV at the Arrow special editions and like the Criterion Blu-rays and see what the special like features were on some of those films and see if I want to add them to a Christmas list or whatever, because I think that's what makes those kind of things worth having. I think the extra features.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, the stuff you're going to get on those sets that you're just not going to get. I mean, these days you can pull up pretty much any, well, not anything, but you can pull up most things to run the streaming service. But yeah, you're not going to get any of those extras usually.
Yeah, yeah. I thought for a minute that was going to happen on Disney Plus because it said if you go into a film, it's got a little tab that says extras, and you go, "Oh, that's cool, extras," but they're like a trailer or something related to something else, you know. Or sometimes you might get a 5-minute kind of behind the scenes thing, but you wouldn't get an audio commentary. So I think, you know, that's like I remember like just little nuggets you get, like when the Alien commentary by Ridley Scott. You know when they first see the spaceship that the alien's in, and they're kind of walking up to it. Ridley Scott says on the commentary that to make the scale of the spaceship more impactful, those actors are his kids, so there's like the scale's bigger.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that as well, good, isn't it?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, because I'm a big Monty Python fan, the audio commentary of Life of Brian and Holy Grail, it's great hearing them watching the scenes, and sometimes they're just laughing.
Yeah. You know? Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
The one, there's 2 moments where the whole scene they're just laughing. Like I'm pretty sure it's these 2 stupid guards. The bit where he's going like nobody's about to leave, no one can leave the room. When I come back and all that, when he's trying to sing and he's telling him to shut up. That scene, I don't know if you remember Holy Grail.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a great scene, and they're just laughing for the whole scene. It's just brilliant. And I think they just laugh in Life of Brian. They're just laughing the biggest dickest bit as well. You know, when it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So where are we? We got. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the comments, and I need to. Oh, here we go. When I was a kid, it was a big event to finally see Peanuts animated for the special Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. It doesn't date, does it? Yeah. And then, so Million Silver's got the Twilight Zone, like you said. It's got the Prisoner. And the Avengers. Yeah, the Emma Peel episodes are so much better than the later ones. I don't know if it's just because she was really cool or the writing got a bit more boring. I don't know, but that is definitely the best period of the Avengers. Did you ever watch the Avengers, Dave?
Oh yeah. I don't know what is the Emma Peel episodes of the Avengers?
Yeah, so she was Diana Riggs' character. She was I think she was the first kind of female lead in it.
Okay.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. But it changed a few times. The international films, wink, wink. Bad's here, excellent.
Oh, hey, Bad.
Awesome. She says hello to Olive.
She's here.
So we've been answering the question, what do you keep in your book collection? So if you can answer that question in the comment, that'd be really cool. So we've been talking about what things we like to keep. So we won't buy stuff to read, but there's things we keep and things we get rid of. And Olive's there, looking very chilled. There we go. I will come back to Bad's question in a minute, but Daniel's just mentioned D&D. So that's pretty cool. So now I want to know if he regularly plays D&D, because that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm about to start doing our role playing again. We finished a 2.5 year campaign.
Wow.
D&D, and then it took ages. And then the DM said I need a break, and then he had a break, and then we've come back, and we're going to do a different role playing game. So we're not going to do D&D for a bit, but I really like D&D. But we're going to do something else.
You doing the current stuff or the stuff back from when we were younger?
It's now the 5th edition. So
yeah,
the rules,
5th age stuff or something.
Yeah, the rules are kind of different to when we were little, but I guess the world's still the same, isn't it? So all that kind of thing. But yeah, Dan, tell us whether you play or not as well as buying the books. That's cool. So Vaz, there's any plans for the weekend? Dave, what are your plans for the weekend?
Oh, well, I'm gonna try to get some reading done this weekend. That's for sure. Got a couple chores, but yeah, just try to get some reading done. I'm gonna watch a movie or two, I think, and maybe some horror movies. I think I got some horror movies in my letterbox that I was thinking of watching. Other than that, pretty chill.
That's cool. Yeah, we're gonna watch a film together. I mean, my wife gonna watch something together tomorrow. She said we'll watch a film on Saturday. I was like, cool. Because I'm always saying it like, oh, let's watch a film. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna watch something. I don't know what it will be. I'll tell you what, I've been recommended a recent film that's just come out about a conductor that Kate Blanchett's in. Do you know about that one?
No.
I've seen the trailer a few times and it looks like really intense, but I don't know really what it's about. But I want to go in blind, so I don't really want to know what it's about. Do you know what I mean? It's quite cool, isn't it, to watch a film.
Yeah.
When you don't know anything.
Yeah.
I did that with what's it called? Parasite. You know the
yeah, I've been meaning to watch that one.
Yeah. It's so good. It is so good.
Yeah.
And I think when I saw it, I knew it was nominated for an Oscar, but it was before it got the Oscar.
Okay.
And I literally saw the thing, and I was going to go to the cinema. We were in Oxford, and I didn't want to just sort of settle down in a hotel. So I said, I'm going to go back out again. And the hotel was next to a cinema. And I said, I'm going to go see a film. And that was on, and I'd heard about it. There was something about it in my head. And I thought, oh, I'll go see that. Why not? I'll go see that. And I didn't know anything about it. And it is really good seeing that film without knowing anything, because the plot is crazy. And it's like starts off in a particular kind of domestic kind of family setting, and then there's a couple of moments in the film where it just goes somewhere else, and you're like, what am I watching? So yeah, if you get a chance, is there a way for you to see Parasite?
Yeah, there's I have different ways to see it, I think.
Yeah, that's cool. It's definitely worth seeing. He's the director of Snowpiercer as well, and that's a brilliant film.
I also want to see that. That's the one with the dystopian future on the train, right?
Yeah.
And
they made a series of it as well, which I keep getting told to watch, but I'm like, well, I've seen the film, so
yeah. It's one of those ones. One of those ones on the very long list that I've been meaning to watch. But yeah, my problem is, or one of my problems is that my wife and I have like very different tastes, so it's hard for us. Anything horror, anything sci-fi. That stuff I have to watch when it's just me, you know what I mean? When we're not, I have my own time, which I don't have tons of my own time, So she and I, it's tough for us to find shows or movies that we both be interested in. So, but there's one we were just talking about. We might watch this weekend actually, because it's one of those just unusual ones we're both interested in, called the Kindergarten Teacher. Have you heard of this movie?
The Kindergarten Teacher? No,
yeah.
I know the Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, no, it's like a serious one, but this is about a kindergarten teacher, but she hears some little boy reciting a poem, and so she thinks it's beautiful, and she thinks like that he's like might be like the next Mozart, and so she takes him to some reading, or she reads it somewhere, and it gets like great accolades and everything. So she becomes fixated on this little kindergarten age kid, and the other parents and stuff not really listening to her about his genius, and so she starts doing stuff that she really shouldn't do to try to take him to these different places to try to further his talent. And so it sounds really cool. My wife is a first grade teacher, so it interests her. So
yeah. No, it does help, doesn't it, if you can relate to the setting as well. I think teachers like stuff about teaching or the teaching experience. I think that's a fair point. Yeah, that sounds cool. I'll look it up. We've probably got it here as well. So that'd be cool. Yeah, but it's interesting. It's like that thing about if you've got a different taste to your wife. I mean, I would much prefer to watch stuff with her, but I've got different taste as well. So anything too freaky, too surreal or weird, she'd be like, "No, this is weird. I don't know what this." Do you know what I mean? Whereas I might be like, "This is cool," you know.
Yeah.
So and horror stuff and sweary things as well. She doesn't like sweary things.
Yeah.
So we watched The Boys. Have you seen The Boys?
Yes. So she watched that with you?
Well, she watched about. Well, she watched about 3 episodes and she said, "I can't watch this anymore."
That sounds
like
about
the
right.
language. Yeah. But I thought it was brilliant. So I've only seen the first
brilliant.
series. Yeah.
That show's, oh my God, it's incredible, but that is off the hook, that show.
And it's very sweary. It's got to be said.
Very sweary. Have you tried the new one, the spinoff?
Yes, no, I haven't, but apparently that's good as well, right?
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet either, but yeah, supposedly.
Yeah, again, sort of mentioning her again, but that's my daughter's all-time favorite program, The Boys. She loves it. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is quite different from the Teletubbies, which was the last thing I mentioned that she liked.
I don't know if there are 2 shows on the planet that are more that have such a disparity between those 2. You'd be hard pressed to think of two shows with more of a disparity than those 2.
We need a mashup, don't we? Teletubbies meets The Boys.
That would make quite a horror film, right? With the Teletubbies in it.
The evil Nunu.
The evil Nunu. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, listen, even in the Teletubby show, the Nunu is creepy. You don't need to transport it into anything else to make it creepy.
Yeah. There's a film on Netflix. I think it's Netflix, or is it Amazon? Oh, it might be on Amazon. Which is called Dave Made a Maze. Have you heard of Dave Made a Maze?
No.
Right. So it's like an indie film, and I really want to see it. I think it looks like exactly my kind of thing, right? But I know that it's going to do my wife's head in, because apparently this guy, against his girlfriend's wishes, he makes his cardboard like den, like a cardboard den in his front room.
Okay.
And then he goes inside it, and then as far as I know, for not any real like physical practical reason, he gets lost in it, and then there's these other dimensions, and then he meets people inside this maze that has been created inside this cardboard den he's made, and he's got to get out. And I've only seen the trailer, but it looks completely mental.
This sounds amazing. Dave, I gotta write this down. Dave made a maze.
Dave Made a Maze. Yeah. It's just like, so I really want to see that, but I don't think it's going to go down well with Ali. So yeah, Dave Made a Maze.
I'm going to check that out.
But I love that kind of thing. That's like, I think it's really underrated. A film called Downsizing. Have you seen that?
No, but it's one of the many ones that are on the list.
You've heard of it?
Yeah.
I love that, because I just love the concept, but I like the way that it really ran with it as well, and thought, okay, if we're going to do this, what else, where's it going to go? And I just love what they did with it. So yeah, I think it's a really good film. Right, let's see. Hopefully people have talked about Friday Night Olive. There we go. So Dan plays D&D on Wednesdays, and he's a DM. He needed a break as well. Yeah. Pathfinder. Okay, cool. Fashion statements for Olive. Have you got any Christmas gear for Olive?
Yeah, we got a little Christmas gear. Stay tuned.
Brilliant. Too early to bring it out.
A little premature for Christmas. We've had it since last year, but we tanked last year. So I'm not going to get depressive, but my mother had died in the beginning of December last year. So we basically disappeared from BookTube for a couple of months. Right. It was that, and then like 3 things happened all at once. And And so she had gear, but we never got to use it because we ended up making no video in December. So this year,
yeah. Does she feel quite comfortable in the gear that you put her in?
Yeah, she's
all right.
She's fine with it. She's a pretty good worker bee.
My dogs are not impressed when we dress them up. Ralph kind of puts up with it a bit. Chico is just constantly trying to get it off. He's like doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dan says I've played almost every edition of D&D. Oh, cool. And Call of Cthulhu. I've played Call of Cthulhu, or Call of Cthulhu. And the great thing about Cthulhu is so many games you just fail the game. You end the game by just going mad. You have to roll for insanity, don't you? I love that. So when the big creature comes, you're like, oh no, I'm dead. I've gone mad.
I haven't even heard of that game.
Yeah. So it's a Lovecraftian role-playing game. It's one of the big ones. I'd say, if you ranked the most popular ones, it would be like, I don't know, second or third popular, really, next to D&D. Yeah, really popular. I used to collect VHS, but then I stopped for a bit. Anything vintage. Yeah, vintage. It's extra cool if it's vintage, isn't it? I miss actually going to rent movies. Yes. I think that. I loved it when we used to go to Blockbuster as a family, and then we'd pick like a film out for the family. The kids got to pick a film that they just wanted to see, just their own choice. And then me and my wife would pick something that we were going to see when they'd gone to bed. Do you know what I mean? So like 3 films for, what would it have been? Like something like 3 films for $5, and you could get it for the weekend sort of thing. So you try and make sure you watch them over the weekend. Did you use Blockbuster?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I went to Blockbuster all the time.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, except it was always stressful trying to return them on time.
Yeah, you end up playing double because you're like, oh, I can't get there. And it's like,
right. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
That was such a huge portion of their business must have been late fees.
Yeah. And people buying that overpriced popcorn as well. they like priced everything like it was a cinema, and it's just like, all right, but there's a convenience store next door. I could go there. So why are you charging me like 3 times more than you should do when I can just go next door?
Talk about a business that wasn't able to adapt.
Yeah.
I read some article just not that long ago. I had never heard this story before, that Netflix, like so many of these, like right in the beginning when Netflix was like, when those guys were almost going to go bust and they were just really struggling, they had approached Blockbuster to do some kind of, and they would have like, I don't remember the details, but they would have like basically sold it to them for almost nothing, and Blockbuster just thumbed their nose at them. And
well, Netflix was a mail order thing at first, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was like a thing where you paid your subscription and then films would get sent to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could put like 2 in the queue, 1 or 2 in the queue at a time, and as soon as they got that one back, they would send you the next one in your queue.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have like a long queue, you could have like 50 movies in there, and as soon as they got that one back, they would send the next one in your queue.
But that's clearly a situation where that company existed just at the right time, when things would get digital and they wouldn't be sending films anymore. Because in this country we had a Film 4 as well, which is a similar thing. You pay for a subscription, and Film 4 would send you films.
Oh, okay.
And now Film 4 is a separate streaming channel you can use if you want,
Oh, okay.
So yeah, similar sort of thing, isn't it? So Zap said you're too young to remember that bad. I wish. I rented VHS with my parents as a teenager. Yeah, I think my kids remember renting stuff. They say that it was a nice thing we did as a family, and they're obviously my son's only 22, so it's not that long ago. It's got to happen.
Gasm arc. That is so wrong.
Oh, thanks, Dan. Really nice you popping in.
See you, Dan.
An artist who's yet to complete anything significant in his career builds a fort in his... Oh, yeah, here we go. Builds a fort in his living room, only to wind up trapped by the fantastical pitfalls, booby traps, and critters of his own creation.
I'm going to have to go check this out.
Dave Makes a Maze, yeah. It just looks like so... It just looks like I would love it, but I know I'd have to watch that one on my own, you know?
Yeah.
Which means I should have seen it by now, because my excuse for not seeing some things is like, oh, well, I'm waiting to see it with Ali. But
yeah,
clearly I don't have to do that. So, yeah. Hopefully you got access to that one, because I don't know. I think it's American. I think it's an American film.
Yeah.
MJ says they're winning.
All right. Let's see.
Who's winning? Who's she supporting?
Maze. Oh, Dave Made a Maze. There we go.
Is it Dave Made a Maze?
It's on Prime.
Oh, there we go.
It's on Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can buddy watch it.
Yeah. I use this. You ever use this app? I use this app. I assume it works over there in the UK, called Just Watch.
Oh yeah, I think so. It tells you where things are, is it?
Yeah, and it's always exactly right, and it tells you all the places that you can watch it if you have subscription, all the places you can rent it. It's that's
great. Really cool. But we had an Amazon Fire Stick that we put in our TV where you could put a title in it. It would tell you what service you could find it on.
Mm-hmm.
But it was terrible for the quality. It was like, I thought our Wi-Fi was going crazy, and then we got our PS4 fixed. So then I ended up putting all the streaming services and apps on the PS4, and then it worked fine. So the Fire Stick was terrible for just watching stuff. So I
had some issue with the PS4 once. I think it might have been the AMC. I got that AMC Shutter streaming. It's called AMC Plus or whatever. I think I had a problem getting. I don't know if it was that one or it was Apple, but I had a problem getting one of them on my PS4, and I had to, so I couldn't get it like downstairs in my house. I had to do it in the other. It must have been the AMC because I ended up doing it on the Apple, my little Apple TV, which is upstairs. So.
All right.
I don't know what must have been some licensing issue with the PS4 or something.
It's weird that some apps work on some things and some don't. Because like Ali likes reality TV type things, and she wanted Discovery Plus, and we can't get Discovery Plus on the PS4 either, but we can get everything else. So it is weird, isn't it? But it was so nice to watch things properly. Like when we were using the Fire Stick, when we had a busted PS4, we were trying to watch House of the Dragon. And what was the other thing? One of the Mandalorian ones. It might have been season 2 of the Mandalorian or something. And it was so annoying because it would just like keep stuttering. It would keep stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, oh, can't just relax and watch it, you know. Very frustrating. There we go. Zap's gonna watch Dave Made a Maze. We're all gonna watch Dave Made a Maze.
I might watch that tonight too. We'll see.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. We're all gonna talk about it. It'll be brilliant. Anyway, it's a film that I saw the trailer and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna love that, and I've just never got around to watching it. So that's why I thought I'd talk about it. Just downloaded there you go. Just downloaded the Just Watch app. Awesome. Yeah. So Bad's asked us what our weekend plans are, and we talked about maybe watching a film. We're going to read some stuff. So I'm going to ask Dave a question, but if you guys could tell us what your plans for the weekend are, that'd be really cool. So Dave, what are you going to read next?
Well, I'm in the middle of a few things actually. I'm still trying to finish this from October. This was like my supplemental book that I was reading in addition to my weekly stuff.
Oh,
Paperbacks from Hell. Manson. I'm only halfway through it still, so probably this is probably what I'll read. I just thought you're gonna get excited about this. I just started this.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
This is pretty good so far too.
Is it good? How far have you got in?
Yeah, because I can't wait for you forever for Cage of Souls.
Yeah, I know.
I need my Tchaikovsky fix.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. So I was gonna.
Yeah, no, this one's pretty good so far. The Doors of Eden. This one's.
How many pages in are you? How many pages have you read?
100 pages. Yeah, 100 pages.
100 pages. Yeah, you can get a good sense, can't you, in 100 pages if you're gonna like it or not. That's cool. He's good, isn't he?
He's real good.
Yeah.
I love that guy. I finished that. I finished that Children of Memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that was good.
It was good. It was not as good as the first two. Right. But it was good. It's definitely worth reading. It was a little different, and it's a little it's interesting because each of those books there was some of the same stuff happening in each of them, but like the second one he added like the little bit of a horror element to it. Made some parts of it scary. This third one was actually kind of like it was a little bit heartbreaking actually. Which didn't happen in the other ones. You know what I mean? This one was like, and it's kind of a known trope or a little bit of a known trope, but yeah, it was good. It was good.
Did it feel like the end?
Like the end of that series? It doesn't have to be. No, it was. It doesn't have to be. It was. You got closure on that. What was happening? With happening in that book. But you know how those books are. That doesn't need to be the end.
No, it's true. Yeah, because Children of Time's got a very finite end, and then obviously there's two other books anyway. Yeah. I found the second one a bit harder slog than the first one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
but I still liked it. Yeah.
That was a little bit. Some of the ideas got a little more extreme, so it kind of hurt your head a little bit more in that one.
Yeah, and I think there's probably more explanation in it because of that, I guess. So yeah, a little drier.
I was thinking this will take some planning, but I was thinking just because I enjoy him so much so far, I was thinking about at some point maybe trying he's got that like 10-book fantasy series. You never hear anything about it, but you know about that one? It's like Shadowy Apt.
Oh yeah. I've got two of those books.
Oh, you do? You haven't read any of them?
No, I don't think I've got the first one. So I've just sort of found them randomly. But I've got a full trilogy because he started with fantasy, didn't he? That's how he started. I'm pretty sure that's how he started. So I've got the trilogy that starts with one called The Hour of the Wolf, I think it's called. And each of the titles is a different animal. So like something about a tiger, I think is another one. I think it's Wolf Tiger or something else. But I've got that trilogy. And I wanted to read Cage of Souls and Doors of Eden and Bear Head before I read the fantasy stuff. But I need to do it. So yeah. You have my blessing to nag me and send me nasty messages. Yeah. But he's good. Did you read Dogs of War?
No.
It's really good. Yes, that's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like that one. I think that's one of my favorites. And it's quite a simple premise, but it's done really well. And even though it's about an AI dog, you really kind of feel for him. Really, he's trying to work out. He's trying to obey his master, but he's not really. He's trying to reconcile the fact that it doesn't feel like his orders are just.
Okay.
So yeah, it's cool. Good for dog owners. So we've got Zap's talking about so he's got the Zap the app, And then Medium John Silver's going to finish reading The Invisible Shiwan Khan. That's a shadow book.
Okay.
From the 40s. That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to read some shadow books. I haven't read any yet. I'd like to get some of that.
Yeah, me neither.
Some? Oh, okay, yeah. I know. Was it Michael K. Vaughan talked about it? Was it Shadow?
Yeah. He's talked about the Shadow, but
yeah.
What are you reading this weekend?
So I'm gonna definitely start the Charles Adams book. But what was the other thing? Well, yeah, I mean, after I've read the Charles Adams book, I might be up for some buddy reading. So I can check back with you to see where you are with Doors of Eden.
Okay.
Oh, and I suppose I'm supposed to read We as well. But I only just read We, so because there's a
what's We
group. So We is, let's see if I can find it. Hold on. So that's my copy of We. It's a Russian dystopian book.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It was the kind of big influence on George Orwell for 1984.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really good.
There's a group read going on with this?
Yeah, we've got this thing because we group read 1984, and then we enjoyed the process, and then we renamed. It's like a Voxer group, and we renamed it the End of the World Book Group. So to read more dystopian stuff, and that was the one that was picked out to do next. And I think we're going to read Brave New World soon.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it should be cool. But I mean, Greg read it like he literally went, "Oh, I started it today," and then went, "Oh, I finished it." You know, and I think Alan's read it. I think MJ might have read it.
Yeah.
But I read it a few months ago anyway, before we did the thing. But I want to reread it so I can talk about it properly. But it is really good. It's quite short as well, so it doesn't take you that long. And it's not too densely written as well. It's quite easy to get into.
What's the author's last name?
So Zamyatin. So Zamyatin. Zamyatin.
Okay. Might look into that.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
like go on.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. It's like a society called One Society, and there's no freedom, but the people are really happy and content. They don't really realize that there's no freedom, and there's like a resistance group that starts trying to influence the main character. It's cool.
Okay. That sounds great. Yeah, I need to reread. Probably time to reread 1984 too.
Yeah, I think the thing with 1984 is obviously there's tons of dystopian stuff out there, but there's so many different ideas in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
It's so complete. There's so much there, but it's just an amazing achievement, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Zap says I just got the new George Harrison biography, which is pretty cool. And then an Ed McBain book, The Pusher. Ed McBain's quite reliable, I think. I mean, I say that I've only read one, but it seems to, I don't know, I can imagine the way he writes was just so fluid and gripping, wasn't it? You've read one as well, haven't you?
Not me.
Oh, you didn't read one? I thought you said you'd read one.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, but definitely I think. So William says Wee's on his wish list, and he's read Brave New World. Yeah, I haven't read Brave New World yet, which is mad. I should have read that a long time ago, but I haven't read it.
I also haven't read it. I have it, but I haven't read it.
Yeah, I bought. Well, I thought I'd bought Brave New World, and I got it home, and I was like, "Oh, I'll put that somewhere safe because I'll read it in a minute." And as I was doing this, I was like, "Well, hold on a minute, that's not Brave New World." And it was Brave New World Revisited, and it was like some weird book where it was some like he'd written a reflection about writing it or something. I was like, what? So then I found it again properly, and now I have a proper book. So maybe one day I'll read the Brave New World Revisited as well. But that was quite bizarre. Yeah, this is the Charles Adams book. Yeah. So that's the plan. So you're gonna have to tell me when you finish Doors of Eden, then send me a message. And
okay. And they'll do Cage of Souls.
Yeah, and then we'll read Cage of Souls. Promise.
Okay. Sounds good.
It'll be awesome. Yeah, because to be fair, it's been a while since I've read one, so it's about time. Like you said, get a Tchaikovsky fix.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be it's supposed to be quite horrific as well. I think it's got a bit of a horror tinge to it.
Okay.
So yeah. I am
knackered.
Yeah. I just said that one of my dogs came in, and I was like, "Who's this?" But it's just a little fairy thing.
I was just looking at that. It's after 1 for you, right?
Yeah, it's 20 past 1. Yeah. I could have just looked on my phone. I'm looking over there. 20 past, 1:15. But yeah, I am getting quite tired. So yeah, I think we're gonna.
We did good. That was 3 hours.
Yeah. And there's still 11 people here, which is amazing. So thanks, guys, for sharing the session with us. It's been a really lovely chat, and we've talked about tons and tons of children's TV shows. And we talked about reading and stuff, which is cool. And I just thought it was nice to kind of come back to that thing a lot about what are we reading. I've still got these on. We had all those people disappear. We were all right when it was just the 2 of us, weren't we? Oh well, doesn't matter.
Bye, William.
Yeah. Bye, William. So yeah. Thanks, Dave, for
all right. Yeah, thanks for having me.
The evening. It's been awesome.
Yep. Always good time.
Yeah. And I'll end the live stream.
All right.
Bye.